Oh yeah, I was supposed to press J. I will after this.
Still no dice?
Not at all. And I've asked pretty much everyone in the court of Fontaine already. Lynette's ears drooped as soon as she heard that we'd have to be out and about for days on end. And Fremine, he hid himself under his helmet as soon as he realized there'd be people around that he didn't know.
What about Chiori and Charlotte?
The way it's starting
both
with
of them would be more than up to it.
I've asked them already, but they're both pretty busy right now. I just gave the members of the Spina a few days off, too, so I don't want to bother them either.
They're just
This
vibing.
is getting pretty difficult.
Wait, not them having the same pose.
Oh my. Well, if it isn't my dear partners. How are you all doing?
Huh. Navia?
Huh? Oh, you mean...
Yep, this is our chance.
It's the way that they're so in sync that they don't even need to say everything and they know what they're thinking.
Do you need our help with something?
Oh, precisely. My dear partners, we've got a huge problem right now that only
The camera
you can
angles.
solve.
Whoa, for real?
Absolutely. We've already exhausted all our other options.
Traveler, Paimon, would you join us and play Marechaussee Hunter Judgment Day?
Judgment Day?
Marechaussee, what now?
It's a new game script by the Tabletop Troupe, a local roleplay adventure club.
Ever heard of the tabletop?
Maybe this is lore connected.
It's games that allow you to participate in a story and role-play characters with your friends. Oh, I've loved their stuff ever since I was a kid.
That sounds super interesting.
Clorinde and I are both veteran members of the club. Recently, someone came up with a new script and was looking for people to help playtest it for them.
A new script?
Of
Elio.
course, I couldn't refuse. I mean, come on. A brand new script? Nobody has ever played it before.
Generally speaking, scripts at that level of development have a lot of issues. But I think this one is pretty solid. The author obviously put a lot of work into the story, and the world building is also quite credible.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I know I was the one that handed you the script, but some of us haven't read it yet. No spoilers, please.
Is there like someone that's a DM?
Anyway, the script
How does this
calls for a
work?
team of 4. Ah, yes. We're missing one final...
So, you're saying you...
Paimon and the Traveler are kind of a package deal.
not a problem.
Unfortunately.
I'll adjust the pace based on the actual number of players, and ensure that everyone has a good time.
Oh, so is Clorinde? I'm assuming Clorinde is the
Paimon will follow
DM.
your lead.
D&D is so gay coded.
Well, that
Just
solves
saying.
our problem. You have our thanks.
All the gays love
I'll go
D&D.
grab the script manager from the club right away.
The script manager? Didn't you just say that you gave Clorinde the script?
The club introduced a completely new kind of gameplay for the script.
Oh?
In this iteration, the Game Master's version of the script is incomplete. The script manager provides the next part of the script only after players have completed the current list of objectives. On top of that,
Interesting.
in order to increase player immersion, the club has created some of the story's sets and scenes in real life. We'll only know where we should go once the script manager reveals the starting location.
Imagine they made like a game mode that's kind of like revolving around this D&D theme. That would be kind of funny, but I don't know how they would
it's
do
got
it.
a real healthy amount of suspense, right?
Kind of like
I
they
mean,
did with the
even The GM
TCG.
doesn't know how the story will end.
I look forward to experiencing it with you all.
Oh, they call them
Why don't you
GMs,
go
so like
meet up
game
with the others
masters.
first? They should all be waiting at Chioria Boutique. I'll come over with the script manager as soon as I find them.
Sounds good.
Every GM ever, never
Remember
keeping
to
on
always watch
track.
where
They're
you're
like, we'll
going,
just play
and
it as
don't
we go.
rush.
You say that like I'm 6 years old or something. Let me think. What kind of character should I play this time?
I
Mage.
just hope you'll pick up some useful skills this time.
Oh.
And stop trying to persuade every animal you come across.
Help! Oh, this is so funny. All these like D&D references. I feel like if you like play D&D, you'll even like this even more because like obviously there's so many references. No, like anyone can technically talk to animals. You could try to persuade them with like animal handling and stuff. But yeah, usually druids do stuff like that. Where do I go? There we go. Thank you, Wen.
Sorry to keep you
Oh my
waiting.
god, Farina!
You're back!
Is Farina the GM?
And you've got the Traveler and Paimon with you too!
What a pleasant surprise. I assume you'll be joining us for the game then?
Linny, Farina! Paimon
I guess
didn't
that
know
makes
you were playing
sense.
too. Are you also members of the tabletop troupe?
I'm more of a casual member, if anything. I haven't taken part in many formal club activities. Lynette, Fremine, and I play something similar at the Hotel Bouffe Tété sometimes, but
Oh,
I'm
they
usually
played
the
together.
GM. Still, I'm sure it'll be fun being a player for the first time. I'm looking forward to it.
They played together in the
Well,
orphanage.
I'm not a member of the club at all. Clorinde simply woke me up first thing this morning, said there was a good script worth experiencing, and asked if I wanted in.
If you're interested, I can give you a referral. That should give you a 40% discount on membership fees.
Nothing.
I
You have to
think
pay?
I'll wait to see how this experience plays out first, especially when it comes to the quality of the script. If it's sufficiently fun, then I'll join.
Do you participate in a lot of tabletop troupe activities, Clorinde?
You could say that. She's actually one of the few senior game masters of the troupe.
This is so funny. Like, this is such a
Right.
side to Clorinde
I
you
knew
wouldn't
about
think
that
of.
even when she was still my subordinate.
It's nothing. Really, just a small hobby of mine.
Wow. Paimon's so used to
Where the hell
seeing
did
you be
Navia
all
go?
upstanding and intimidating as the champion duelist. It's kind of hard to imagine you role-playing with a bunch of friends.
Surely
Damn.
you jest. I would never
Paimon said, can't
intentionally
even
make things
imagine you
difficult
with
for my players.
friends.
I
That's
maintain
insane.
a clear boundary between my professional and personal lives. The me you see at court represents the law and order of Fontaine. I put all personal feelings to the side. But in my personal life, I'm just an ordinary person. Someone who feels anger and sadness, just like
Oh, is
everyone
it
else.
storming for you, Leisha?
Well, you say that.
Leisha, I
but
don't know
for
where you
all the time
live,
I've
but I
known
feel
you,
like-
I don't think I've ever
I think
seen
I have a
you
general
cry.
idea, and I'm
I've
pretty
seen you
sure
get
you're
angry,
in the tornado
sure,
warning,
but
I think.
Now I'm wondering whether you were actually mad or if it just looked that way from the outside.
I was probably in work mode during those times.
Oh.
Is that so? Well, in any case, I just feel like even in your personal life, you don't get emotional very often.
So you want to see me cry? That might be a little difficult. A show of anger, though, that might be something I could accomplish.
No, that's not what I meant.
Interesting. The gang's all here.
Ah, I'm back. Here, allow me to introduce you to
Ew.
the script manager.
I like his
Mr.
fit.
Florian.
Pleasure to meet you all.
Hello. Wait, are you a champion duelist too, Mr. Florian?
Oh,
Wait,
no.
why is his outfit
This
so
is just
intense?
a costume provided by the club. I occasionally play a few of the roles in my scripts.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's nothing. It's
They
the
should
least
have
we can
got
do to
Matthew
give the
Mercer
players
to
a more
voice this
immersive
dude.
experience. Anyway, allow me to give you a brief introduction of the script. This script was adapted from the real history of the Marechaussee Hunters. You all will play the role of hunters from a bygone era and resolve a series of events unfolding in the capital.
Oh, this is like the
Super
musketeer
familiar
design?
With the history of the Marechaussee Hunters.
Oh, no problem at all. I can give you a brief rundown.
Not the
So,
history.
basically, Marechaussee hunters were people who dedicated themselves
His
to
eyes
hunting
are
monsters
purple.
and protecting the city by using a special swordsmanship technique passed down over generations. Their story can
wait,
be
you're
traced
in
back
it,
to the ancient
Leisha?
Lemurian
Ooh.
dynasty, as well as
They
the
said it's
first hunter,
really bad.
Cassiodor. But I'll leave the finer details for you to seek out and discover later.
And I'll provide additional commentary as the story progresses.
In that case, brave hunters, are you ready to set out on an unknown adventure?
This is so interesting.
Whoa, just one sentence and...
Aha, I see many a determined gaze before me. Very
Gaze?
well, head over to this location and begin your heroic journey.
That's insane! That line has to be on purpose. I see many determined gays before me. Clip it, chat. That's so funny. They had to have done that on purpose.
So, as we follow the story, it leads us to specific scenes? Ooh, sounds pretty innovative. What does the message in the envelope say?
It's
Envelope?
the exact location of the scene, as well as the formal permission to use the venue. Huh, seems like they have everything prepared. Please check all your belongings, everyone, and make sure you haven't forgotten anything. Once you're ready, please
Damn,
follow
they're
me
serious
to the
about
designated
this.
location.
This is so interesting because D&D is usually played around a table, and they're like, are they like doing D&D IRL? Isn't this like LARPing, right? Isn't that what it's called, chat? The people that like do D&D IRL, it's like LARPing. This is intense. Dying. I'm literally dying. These allergies, man. Oh my god, a water sea!
No rest for the
It's a water dragon! Get it!
As you wish, mate. Solidify!
This one's got your name on it.
What am I allergic to? Bro, outside. I think pollen, honestly. Like a certain type of pollen or something. I don't know.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Gather!
Fellow warfare, I guess.
Live action roleplay is LARPing? Oh, I never knew that's what it stood for. That makes a lot of sense. Oh my god, there's crystal flies in there. Oh, this is so cute! Bro, I want to play D&D on the beach. What the hell? Bro, this is so cool. There's even
They really
food.
have thought of everything. Even the Fatometer is here and ready to go for us.
The Fatometer.
Fate-ometer?
It's a card that's used to determine action success or failure. We'll need to use it when we try to use certain skills.
And what about all the dessert and tea? Is that for us as well?
That's what the message said.
Really? That's so nice. It feels just like a tea party with friends.
Those snacks have Paimon's name written all over them.
Wow.
I think you might be
Get
more of a
Paimon
snack
on
hunter than a Marshose
Ozempic.
hunter, Paimon.
Paimon reported for duty. If there are delicious snacks to be found, Paimon will track down every last one.
Oh,
The
she needs to
desserts
calm
are
down.
great.
She needs to calm down.
But I'm still looking forward to the story more than anything.
Very fair. Then, let us begin. First,
Cute.
please pick up the blank character cards in front of you and write down your name and profession.
Oh my god. Write down
You can
Uzi.
find an abbreviated version of the rules printed on the back of your character card.
My name
If you
is
have any
Uzi.
questions, feel free to ask me. In this story, everyone is a Marashose hunter. To reflect this, the club has prepared a small badge for everyone.
Oh.
Ooh, nice.
Damn, they even got props.
As hunters, you have proficiency in swordsmanship and fighting by default, so there's no need to allocate any additional skill points to those areas.
Swordsmanship? So there's a fighting part to all this? Paimon's not sure she can do all that on her own. Maybe Paimon can just stick with you?
Why don't you share a character card then? The Traveler will be the Marashose hunter, and you can be her little floating assistant.
Oh.
Huh.
So like real life.
Kinda like in real life.
Oh.
So, for the name, do I fill it out with the name of my character?
Yep, it can be any name you like.
What is Frida
You
gonna
can use
put?
your real name too if you want. I do that whenever I get too lazy to think of a new name.
I hope she puts a full
Oh,
slur.
So
Oh,
it
she
would
puts
be
full
like,
slur.
like experiencing a different life, but still as yourself. That's not a bad idea.
Frida's like, oh, so what I
In
did for
that
500
case,
years.
I think I'll continue to use the name Linny then.
You would.
Next up is the skill sheet. You have a limited amount of skill points that you can use to learn a number of skills. The more points you invest in a particular skill, the easier it will be to pass associated
They're really
checks.
going in on this.
take persuasion and investigation.
Isn't that
Those
what
are
she said
must-haves when
last
it comes to
time?
missions like these.
Oh, those skills sound like they'd be useful for gathering intelligence. Good idea, Navia. Just as expected of a veteran player.
So, should we also take those skills then?
No, Farina.
Not necessarily.
We should all spread out
Since
our
we're
skills.
working together as a team, we could leave the negotiations to Navia and
Oh,
use
I would
our
so
skill
play
points to pick up
this.
other useful skills.
This does sound like
For
a game
example,
mode.
I think I'll take stealth and sleight of hand. That will give us more
It's
options
literally-
if
it
we
feels
run
so
into any
TCG
situations we
coded.
can't negotiate our way out of.
Oh, interesting. I wasn't thinking about it like that. I suppose it's not so different from an acting
Oh my god,
troupe.
chat.
Everyone has their own role to play.
They're going to make a Genshin tabletop in game, and when you play it, the combat is turn-based like Star Rail. It's honestly, it's the same engine. They literally could totally do it and just copy over the code. They should. I would play the fuck out of that.
Let me see. I'll take arts and performance. I'm not quite
She
sure
would.
what use they'll be, but I'm not as knowledgeable about the other skills, and I am not too confident I'd be able to roleplay them well.
Well, that leaves us. What do you want to learn, Traveler?
Oh my god, can we learn insight? I want to know if someone's lying.
Ooh, something that'll help you get a read on
Insight
other
check
people's
'em.
thoughts. Sounds useful.
Medicine's kind of useless, so we'll go with cooking.
Gotta say, this suits you really well. Now, so what do you think? Are you sure you want to learn these two skills?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Frieda's a bard.
Looks
I
like you each have
guess.
enough points to choose one final skill.
You've all picked such classic skills. It's fine to go a little bit out of the box, you know.
Why do I get the feeling she's
Okay.
getting ready to cause trouble?
For example, this one here. Summon. Doesn't it sound super mysterious and cool?
Sounds evil.
I saw that one just now as well. The description says, this skill can be used under certain circumstances to summon characters or creatures that fit the script's world-building rules.
The script's world-building rules, huh? But how are we supposed to know what a Marashose hunter can summon?
Oh, that's not for us to worry about, my friend. Just learn the skills that interest you, and the GM will take care of the rest.
Okay, chat, I'm gonna call it out. The fact that they did this, I didn't think it was going to be this D&D coded. And the fact that this is coming, like, what, a couple months after my D&D, like, Genshin stuff? Like, huh? Like, I thought it was gonna have some D&D references, but this is, like, core D&D. And I'm honestly surprised because D&D isn't super popular in China and stuff, so I'm kind of like, huh. But, like, that's insane.
Alright, you've convinced Paimon. Let's learn summon then. Paimon can't wait to see what kind of thing shows up.
Well, now that everyone's more or less finished creating their characters, we can begin.
I'm telling you, Hoyo's like, write that down.
Since two of our players are doing this for the first time...
Oh, did they
though,
foreshadow
let
this at
me
the
ask.
Lynette Hangout? If that's the case, then they got there before me. So I'm pretty sure that my D&D stuff came after that.
Would you like to play on easy mode or authentic mode?
What's the difference between the two?
Well, in role-playing games, the story sometimes changes based on the decisions of the players and the results of the Fatometer. For example, if you fail a check, that means you cannot use the target skill in that scenario. A critical failure may even result in
A
further negative
one.
if you choose to play in authentic mode. Every time you elect to use a skill,
Oh, I like
you'll need
that.
to use the Fatometer to see whether
Yeah,
you
it's like a
succeed
D20.
or fail. And if you choose easy mode instead, every check will be successful by default.
Oh my god, this is so cool! This is like what they actually did, like a whole thing for a story
Given that
quest.
I'd like to focus on the story, I suppose I should pick easy mode. I'd feel bad if I brought the team down by failing my checks.
Oh.
Oh, come on. Don't worry about that. RNG is the lifeblood of role-playing games. I'm going with authentic mode for sure. Never knowing what you might have to overcome. Ugh, doesn't that
Yeah, no,
sound
it feels
exciting?
very extra. The Fatometer was already in game. When was it used?
I'd rather be mentally prepared for what might happen.
All right, then I'll mark down Farina for easy mode. All her checks will be successful by default. As
The
usual,
Lynette hangout?
Nadia and Linny will play on authentic mode.
Yeah, I don't do hangouts. That makes sense why I didn't know that existed.
What about you, dear partner? How would you like to play?
Oh,
Are
authentic.
you sure?
Trust me, you'll see the beauty of RNG. Honestly,
The
I don't
beauty?
think Clorinde would make things too difficult for us, no matter what the Fatometer said.
No promises.
This is so cool.
Well, anyway, enough talk. Let's get started. I want to experience at least a good chunk of the story today.
It's so crazy how, like, accurate this is to D&D. Now I'm just sitting there and I'm like, so wait, is there like a Hoyo staff D&D? Because it's kind of giving that. Like, there must be like a little group of staff members that play D&D or something.
Speaking of the story, why is the beginning scene on a
It's
beach?
just too accurate.
Well, that's because a long time ago, back
How?
when human civilization was still in its infancy, powerful
The art?
demons and evil
Hello?
sorcerers ruled over the land. They created a host of monsters and sent them to slaughter all humans in existence.
Okay, wait, like, this is insane. Like, for a story quest? All this? There's no way. This has to be them testing something out. This is insane. I don't think I've seen them put this much work into a story quest, like, ever.
Soon, a group of human rebels banded together. With their swords raised, they swore to brave the darkness, and in doing so, subdue each and every monster that sought their destruction. They became known as the Marachose Hunters.
I love this. This has got to be a game mode. They even have like an own loading screen. No, this is definitely going to be a game mode.
Sometime later, as a member of the Marachose Hunters, you receive a commission. Following the address provided on the message, you
Yeah, I'll
take
move
a
my
boat
cam.
and arrive at this strange city.
I wonder, chat, if this is a new endgame and they're gonna use this as a way to bring dungeons into Genshin. Because that's kind of the vibe it's giving. It's like its own little story, has a little mini storyline kind of thing like that. Like, and it gives like dungeon vibe. Like if you've ever played an MMO, like that's the vibe I'm getting, especially since it's literally instanced in a way. So it's taking like real life settings and then like dressing them up. And you know what? This would be such an amazing way for them to show the player backstory and have them experience it without it just being a freaking book. Like, they kind of like dive into like some of the past events and you play as characters in the events. And think about it. Big brain right now. Genshin, if you're listening, all of the characters have variant versions of them in the past because of the fucking Samsaras. So you can literally play as like Diluc's ancestor, but in reality, it's the same characters just going through these like different stories of the different freaking like eras. Like, imagine how cool it would be to like play through the events that happen in Decobrium. And you go to the ruins of Mondstadt, and instead of being destroyed, it's a dungeon, it's instance, and it's actually before it was destroyed. So you see it, like, erected, like proper, like, not ruined, like what it was back in the past. I'm really mad. I really want to work on the Hoyo team. Can someone call them, please? Because this is such a good way of doing that, and it works with, like, the lore, and it's interesting, and they can make, like, the combat fun, and, like, add rewards to it and all that, and make it repeatable. You know, they could do, like, really cool things where, like, the enemies, they have like different difficulty levels, and like the enemies could have like special abilities that only are found in dungeons. Like maybe like when you kill like a hydro slime in a dungeon, like they'll burst into like more smaller ones and stuff like that. Like they could do like really cool ways of like changing up the gameplay in dungeons to make it harder. Damn. There's so much potential here, but I feel like this has to be going somewhere other than like just this. Like this just feels like a lot of work for a one-time thing. And like now that you guys are telling me that the fate system already existed in Lynette, or not, yeah, Lynette's thing, it's kind of giving, okay, we have this part done and coded, let's just test it out to see if it even works. And now they're like testing out more of it like a couple of patches later.
As you inhale, you can taste the slightly salty air of the docks as you begin to survey your surroundings. There aren't many people in the vicinity, but you do take note of a few others who, like you, seem to be sizing up this place. Your eyes meet, and you realize these people are fellow Marechaussee hunters, likely led to this location after receiving the same commission.
I mean, like in Sumeru, you had Sino obsessed with TCG, and it literally ended up becoming a thing. And now in Fontaine, we have Clorinde obsessed with tabletop RPG, and like maybe it will become a thing too.
You're all Marechaussee hunters too, right?
Bro, they even made art for Navia!
The name's Navia, monster hunter by trade and helpful neighborhood businesswoman on the side.
This is so cool. Also, good night, meme.
What say you to traveling together? We can help each other out on the road.
Okay.
Oh my god, look at Linny! Bro, these fits are so cool!
My name is Linny. I've been wandering since I was little and picked up a few less than legal tricks along the way. I was adopted by a Marechaussee hunter and later chose to follow in his footsteps.
Is this where you introduce
How?
to everyone? It sounds like they've done this dozens of times.
Oh my god, Farina, mage? A bard!
My name is Farina, and, I grew up in a noble family. I always had a strong interest in performance and the arts. Even though I'm a Marechaussee hunter, what I really want is to be a performing artist.
I feel like Linny could be rogue, but also could be like hunter. I think is that what it's called? Is it hunter? Are they called hunters? What are they called in D&D? Are they called bowmen? No, I forgot. Rangers. Thank you. Yeah, like Linny could be a ranger as well.
Hey,
I don't know what Navia is. I can't tell. Like Navia could even be like a fighter that's like the pirate style.
You can do it, Farina.
Oh,
That's
artificer.
Exactly how it's done.
That's true. That is like a class that's a little bit out of the norm.
Paimon is Paimon, a good friend and
Oh my god, even Paimon has one.
right here.
That's okay. No, this bro. The dev time on this one quest. What?
I've been studying the culinary arts since
Oh!
I was a child. I hope my delicious food can help boost people's spirits.
Wait, so if you choose medicine, do you get a different like portrait? Because I chose cooking.
That's wonderful. I'll be looking
Oh my god, you
forward to
do?
your cooking during our adventures together.
Wait, it's literally giving D&D. Like, it's a game mode, and, like, you can pick your classes, and then it'll, like, change their outfits, and, like, they can release it slowly, like the TCG, right? Where, like, you don't have all of the characters all at once. Like, they'll, like, slowly bring more and more characters with different class options or class variants. Stop. I'm fucking eating this up. I'm eating this shit up. Also, I agree. I would buy these skins so fast. D&D themed skins in Genshin would sell like hotcakes, bro.
Well, if we're all here for the same commission, why don't we take some time to confirm what we need to do?
You open your envelopes at the same time. The message reads, "To the honorable and trustworthy Marechaussee hunters, Our kingdom is currently facing a grave crisis. The lands outside the capital have been overtaken by monsters, and our people are being led astray by forces of wickedness.
This is so interesting.
We beseech you, please help us resolve this crisis and return peace and stability to our home.
Bro, I'm gonna say right now, this story quest is the best one in the game. I don't think I've ever been this hooked into a story quest this early. And, like, obviously it makes sense. Like, they clearly put in the time and effort, but, like, thank you. Because usually story quests, like, it takes a lot for me to care. But this one's so good.
Huh. The layout of this city looks super familiar. It kind of reminds Paimon of Mondstadt.
Who am I saving for? I'm going for Emily.
The scriptwriter must have used a real-world city as a reference when coming up with the map.
As experienced
You know, it's funny we got a
hunters,
D&D and Genshin at the same time we got a D&D update and Dead by Daylight. Oh, did Dead by Daylight get D&D
You
too? That's
recall
cool.
the sight of tree-lined streets and the gentle tranquility of days gone by. Yet, as you regard the city in front of you, it appears to be little more than an empty shell. Its hollow gates are open to you, beckoning you to come forth and bring salvation back to the town.
Vecna?
I
Oh, that's
carefully
super
read
cool.
every line of the letter
I'm sure that's
and
so
turn my
hype with
attention
people.
to the signatures at the bottom.
Have people
Who
been
issued
enjoying
this
it?
commission to us?
You see a long string of unfamiliar names. It would seem that many of the residents of the city issued this commission together.
Oh, Clorinde is so in character right
They
now. She's
sensed
eating
that
this
things
up.
were not right within the kingdom, and sent a distress signal to the outside world.
In that case, why don't we take a walk around the city and see if we can learn anything
So this is
from
so
the
good.
local residents?
It's literally so D&D.
good
I
idea.
love it.
We might be able to get some leads on the monsters and bad guys we're after.
I literally feel like, because I've obviously, anytime I play D&D, I play as the DM, so this is my
You look up
experience.
and
Kind of
see a
like
tavern
most of the time,
nearby.
and this is literally
It
how
appears
it's
to
like.
be open for the day.
Why don't we go check out that tavern?
Oh my god,
If
tell me
the
there's like
novels I've read are
random
anything to
character
go by,
cameos. I hope
taverns are
so.
usually full of information.
I need them to like have Diluc in character or some shit.
As you approach the tavern, you find a plainly dressed woman
Yeah,
standing
they're in
nearby.
Mondstadt.
She appears to be rather troubled about something.
Help! Is it Navia? Or sorry,
friend.
Clorinde.
Lovely weather we're having
That was
today,
cool,
don't
that
you think?
transition.
Oh, hello. I suppose you're right.
She's playing the
The weather today is quite
NPCs.
lovely. If only those monsters out there would stop causing trouble.
Yo,
It
Clorinde
seems
is
like
Matt
every character
Mercer.
included in the script has a certain amount of useful information to offer. If we keep asking questions, we might be able to get some good leads.
Oh, come now. Don't be sad. Life is all about optimism. Oh, that reminds me. What
Damn,
did
maybe
you
that
have
me-
for breakfast this morning?
Chat, I'm like, maybe I should make more of the D&D Genshin things. I kind of took a pause because I got so busy with Wuwa and everything else in the lore walls. And I'm like, damn, this might get a bunch of people into D&D and people might want to do Genshin characters because this is literally what they're doing.
I don't think that's the kind of question we're supposed to ask.
Nothing turns a frown upside down like good food. How about some macarons? I could make you some.
She's
You
running this
designated
session.
Cooking as one of your skill proficiencies.
Period. Call her out.
That's not necessary, miss.
Thank you, Advantage for the Prime.
Excuse me for saying this, but you don't really look like a chef. Besides, I'm not really a fan of sweets.
So you're someone who barely smiles and doesn't like sweets. You're really starting to remind me of this one friend of mine.
Not the fourth wall break. Oh!
Hey, did she just... Me?
Navia is the toxic D&D player.
This isn't getting us anywhere. Traveler, maybe you can think of something.
You said Lumine's other outfit and said Stefan something? Ooh. Ooh, I want to see that. Hold on, let's go see. I'm so down. This is so cool. Oh my god! Stop! The March who see Hunter Lumine as a doctor, not the needle. You know she got that from Sajween. Bro, this is sick. Also, interesting that the flower is like more pinkish in this. The art is so well done too. Yeah, if you guys have the Aether ones, feel free to drop them in there too. I'll look at them in a bit.
Are you sure?
Yeah, let's cook something right now.
Please refer to the Fatometer.
Oh no! No! This is insane. They literally have a whole system. Oh! Not the giveaway. Guys, we're doing a giveaway apparently right now. Thank you, MX is gifting Official a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. If you want to enter, all you gotta do is do !enter to get it for free. Basically, it's just a breakdown of if you want to play Official in D&D. And it gives you all the information of how to do so. So feel free. You got like 60 seconds. It's completely free. So !enter. But thank you, MX, for gifting that out. Oh my god, it's so on brand. Thank you, MX. That's so sweet of you. Hopefully this will give me good luck. Hey! 18!
Whoa, it was a success!
You remain silent as you prepare a pot and fire to use for cooking.
They have to be
the woman
using this
stares at you
for
with
more
her
stuff.
mouth agape as you skillfully cut the ingredients and toss
Oh my
them
god,
into the
went!
pot.
Congratulations!
After some time, a rich aroma begins to fill the air.
You failed
Even a
it?
passing cat can't help but stop in its tracks. And
Please have some food. Who knows? Maybe you'll feel better after eating something delicious.
We get Lumine lines?
That's amazing.
And a story quest?
So, as long as you pass the check, you can pretty much do anything, and it won't be seen as absurd?
oh, thank you.
Okay, I'm eating
You were
this quest
right.
up.
This food really did make me feel better.
So, what had you so worried earlier? Could you tell us a bit more about it?
Okay, let me fill you in.
Give me the tea.
A horde of monsters suddenly appeared near the capital recently, so all the guards were dispatched to fight them.
Guys, take notes. Take notes in chat. We need all the information.
Do you remember when those monsters appeared?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is that my husband was dispatched to fight them 3 days ago.
Is he dead?
Do you know where he was sent?
It all happened so fast. When we said our goodbyes, he couldn't even tell me where they were sending him.
You have our thanks, friend. We'll find and defeat those
Ask more
monsters as soon as
questions!
possible. We sincerely hope your husband will be able to return to your
Liar!
side soon.
I object. She killed her own husband, and this is being framed as something that it's not. I'm gonna roll my d20, and I'm gonna attack her with my crossbow. I'm aiming for her throat. Hold on, let me get my dice. Let me get my dice, chat. Hold on. If she ain't going to tell the truth, she ain't going to speak ever again. That's what I always say when I play D&D. My God, get out, bitch. I got my Fatometer. As you can see. I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna roll it. It's on site. Holy shit, no way! Bro, I actually need to show you. Wait. Wait, how do I show you this? There's no way. Wait. Can you see it, chat? Can you see it? When it rolled? I'll lift it. It's fate. It's fate, you all. If this would focus, bitch, the fuck? That's crazy. That's crazy. I rolled once. That's wild. I feel like that is fate. Oh, not too much, bitch. Hold on, chat. I fucked up my camera. No. No. There we go. I feel like that's Fate's way of telling us that we are gonna get our D&D game mode in Genshin. Honestly, I feel like if we write in the surveys that we're obsessed with it and that we want it, they'll give it to us. Because they already did all the coding. Stefan said go for a throat. Yeah, so obviously, my arrow hit her throat. And if you guys don't know, if you roll a 20 while you're doing combat in D&D, you get a critical hit. So you deal double damage. So not only did I take out her throat, her whole fucking head went with it. So she's actually dead. Yeah. One shot, one kill.
Oh, thank you.
Don't worry. We'll find him. Just try to remain optimistic and wait for good news. We don't always get to choose what happens to us. But we do get to choose the little things, like what we eat and how we respond to the things life throws our way. I hope that one day, you too will recognize the power of something as small and inconsequential as a delicious dessert.
I'll do my best. You bid farewell to the woman and continue your journey further
Poor
into
Anne
the
fake
city.
crying. This is so interesting. I can't believe they did this. This is a lot of work.
As you venture further into the city, the streets appear largely empty. An elderly woman walks past. You see her shake her head as she puts away her wrinkled wallet.
Shake her head? That's
A
crazy.
nearby merchant folds his arms and gives you a disdainful look.
When can we get
You get the
Farina in Dead by
impression that he's someone
Daylight?
who has long gotten
Farina?
used to the sight
Oh, in
before
D&D?
him.
I don't know. I was supposed to do Wander and Kokomi next. Why is he looking at us like that?
Doesn't seem very friendly.
Rob her?
Merchants are usually a good source of information, right?
Pardon me, sir. I'd like to ask a question if I may.
That depends. How much are you willing to pay?
The
How
voice!
about this
The
much?
voice deepen, please!
What do you take me for? Some lowly beggar? You can't even buy half an onion with that amount.
Surely an onion can't be that expensive.
This is crazy.
Right?
What do you know? War is nearly upon us. Everything costs several times what it did before. If you're
That's
not gonna buy
true.
anything, then scram.
Whoa, what a nasty guy. Maybe we shouldn't even bother talking to him.
But he still might have information we need. Traveler, can you think of something?
Oh my god, Farina, please put on a performance. Oh my god, Farina being a bard, being like, well then I'll dance for the onion. Do it.
A performance? I've never played a role-playing game like this before. But even
Do
I
it.
can tell that suggestion is pretty far-fetched.
Dance for the onion,
Is
Farina.
Jack really going to help here? All right. Ahem. By the harbor's grace, a lone boat lies in rest. Let the moon give chase.
So she's
for
Venti.
Here begins our quest.
She's playing
In
as
the dark
Venti.
of shadow, our heroes seek to find where creatures born of evil weave their grand design.
That's why they gave her this
Blocked
look.
the
She's
road
actually
to
Venti in the
stand.
story.
Such is our hunter's plight. Yet with sword and courage in hand, they march forth to pierce the night.
Oh, she ate. Oh, she ate. Damn, but slay.
I don't recall asking for a bardic song. Don't expect me to give you any coin. But if you meant what you sang, and you are indeed some kind of
Venti
hunter,
found in a
then by all
ditch.
means, please, go out and kill those monsters for us. Those monsters are camped outside the city, and they've been destroying all our trade routes. We have limited reserves within the city, so if this continues, we're all gonna be in big trouble.
Wait, you're saying no one has put a plan in place to distribute supplies or maintain order?
We could all starve and those nobles in the palace wouldn't even break a sweat. Who knows? Maybe they've been in cahoots with the monsters all along.
Oh, the drama. The class
yeah,
warfare.
All right, I think I've said more than enough.
Oh, I'm
Be on
eating
your
this
way
up.
now.
Got it.
This is
Thank
supposed to
you,
be better
sir.
than an Archon
Don't
class
mind
at this
him,
point.
Farina. He just doesn't have enough taste to appreciate your art.
For real.
No. I was just thinking about how those nobles must be so cold-hearted. It's like they don't care about their people at all.
Like, is this supposed to represent? Is this like actually a story from Mondstadt with like
Say, we
the
trying to go somewhere
aristocrats?
with more people?
Oh, how about the city square? Follow me.
Ooh, even the square looks different. There's no fountain. What happened to the fountain?
Before you lies the city's central square. You see a man with a slightly anxious look on his face.
It's so interesting to have the
pacing back
changes.
and forth, his head hanging low. He doesn't seem to notice your approach. Still immersed in his own thoughts, he shakes his head and lets out a long sigh.
This guy seems promising enough. Maybe I can get some information out of him. Hello, sir. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Oh.
Wait, you're...
Oh?
I'm...
Oh, dear goodness! You're a Marashose hunter!
You recognize us? Ah, are you one of the people who wrote the commission letter?
Yes, yes! Oh, I didn't expect you to actually come! Oh, what great news! The city is saved!
What happened here?
Clorinde's crazy.
Alas, we once lived comfortable, carefree lives. This city used to be free
It's
of
giving
monsters.
Ash Ketchum.
The first Marashose hunter, Casiodor, the Golden Hunter, he was the one who drove them back.
I
However,
wanna
monsters
talk
have
to
once
Clorinde's
again
VA and
surrounded the
ask
city.
about this and if they were like
Perhaps
super
the seal that
into
kept them at
it.
bay has lost its power. Or perhaps an evil sorcerer has been meddling in our affairs. All I know for sure is that their return has stripped the city of any chance at peace.
Are there not enough soldiers to drive them out?
It's not a question of numbers. The guards simply have
Oh, they're
no
still
idea how to
alive?
deal with them. Most people my age have never even seen one of the monsters,
Yeah,
much
that's
less
a
been trained
while.
to fight against them. What's worse, many of us don't even know the history of the Marashose hunters anymore. When I was a child, though, my grandfather would tell me stories about how
So the
Marashose
Marashose hunters are kind of
drove
like
back the
factions in
monsters.
D&D.
So, on the off chance that something might come of it, I decided to reach out to you. To be perfectly honest, I was starting to think all those stories were just tall tales. But now that I've seen you in person, I finally know that it was true.
Well, you can rest easy, friend. The righteous and formidable Marashose hunters are on the case.
The man is touched by your determination and resolve. His eyes begin to well with tears of relief.
Still,
drama.
if we are going to hunt the monsters, we need to know where to find them. Can you give us any leads?
All I know is that the area outside the city is dangerous. I'm afraid I can't point you toward a specific location. Oh, although, if you leave the capital through the main gate and follow the road, you should run into a group of guards. They might know
Ooh.
more about where to find the monsters.
Giving us
I
some
see.
leads.
All right, be careful. Oh, and one last thing. The
An
monsters
evil
outside the
sorcerer.
city are just part of the problem. There are evil sorcerers inside the city as well.
Oh?
So they're actively working with the monsters, and have corrupted the court ministers with malicious magic. They're the reason why, even inside the city, everything has been a giant mess. Even one of our kindest ministers has turned into a boorish and unreasonable figure, interested in nothing but enacting laws that exploit the people. Who knows how much longer we'll be able to go on like this.
Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I hate it.
I feel bad for him. Maybe we should try
I
to
could cook
cheer him up.
something. Farina, sing again.
Huh?
You have
Oh,
the
wait.
you have the buff.
Now? Is this really the right time?
I appreciate your kindness, but for now, it's more important to focus on the crisis at hand. Brave hunters, I leave the future of this kingdom to you.
Sing Queen! Bro, I'm loving this story quest. I think this might be my number one. Loki.
If I understood correctly, there are currently 2 problems in the kingdom that need solving, right?
Exactly. We need to defeat the monsters outside the city and take down the evil sorcerer stirring up trouble from within.
Why are they a monster?
Which problem should we tackle first?
I wonder if it's
This
related
seems
to
like a
something
good moment for a
actually
break.
real.
Take some time and discuss what you want to do. Let me know when you've made your decision.
I really didn't expect the people in the city to keep us at arm's length like that. I totally thought the hunters would be treated like heroes.
Well, Clorinde said the script took cues from the real history of Fontaine, right? Maybe the real-life Marochose hunters were also treated like that.
So it's more Fontanian history,
I wouldn't
though.
say it's a perfect representation of history, but there are definitely some similarities. Would you like to hear more about it?
Sure. As long as it doesn't spoil anything in the script. You brought up bits and pieces of the hunter's history before, but it was all in passing.
Paimon wants to know
Give
too.
us the lore.
The hunters
Give us the
were
lore.
super powerful, right? Were they all from a special line of supernatural beings or something? Kind of like the yokai in Inazuma?
Oh, just some casual
No.
lore.
All Marochose hunters were ordinary mortal fighters. The only thing that set them apart were the special sword techniques passed down over the centuries.
Huh? So you mean anyone could become a Marochose hunter?
In theory, yes. All you would need to do is survive the rigorous training and master the swordsmanship techniques required to fight the monsters. Still, most people dropped out at the early stages, and others called it quits the minute they saw a monster in person. To become a hunter, you must be strong in both body and mind.
What kind of monsters did the hunters fight exactly? Oh, and the evil sorcerer the script mentions. Did they exist in real life too?
The land of Fontaine once played host to an ancient dynasty known
Oh.
as Remuria. After that dynasty fell, monsters began to appear, intent on obstructing humans from establishing a new social order. One of the ancient sorcerers of Remuria used his power to assemble a formidable army of golems. He sought to use that force to establish himself as king.
Now, wait a second. Don't tell me that guy was the inspiration for the evil sorcerer in the script. We still haven't found any in-game information on him yet. So, why don't you talk about someone else for now?
No, he's
Well,
like
I wasn't planning on
spoilers.
going into anything you might be able to find out in the game. But if you want me to talk about something else, then... how about Casiodor, the Golden Hunter? Or Egeria, the ex-Hydro Archon?
Wow, Clorinde knows a
But
lot.
those people are all from a super long time ago. Where did you learn all this,
Whoa.
Clorinde?
From my master.
What?
Huh. By master, you mean Miss Petronia?
Who's that?
Someone you know?
Absolutely. Miss Petronia and my father were good friends. Back in the day, she would often bring Clorinde over to play, but then...
Let's not get off topic.
Clorinde
Anyway,
is a
back to what I
master?
was saying. Responding to Egeria's call, a number of warriors followed Casiodor into battle against the monsters. This group of warriors, under Casiodor's leadership, became known as the Marochose Hunters.
I want to know what
Yet,
Egeria looks like. Have
as
we gotten an
Fontaine
image of
entered
her
an era
yet?
of peace, their work gradually became obsolete. The Marochose Phantom, originally an association made up of hunters, eventually came to be predominantly comprised of Melusines.
Ah, I see. That explains why most of the people in the script have forgotten the hunters or think of them as nothing more than a legend.
Is that really a bad thing, though? It can get tough always being the one shouldering everyone's expectations.
I think Clorinde, if Clorinde is a master, I feel like the master is a Hexen Circle member. Because that's what Mona refers to their upper person as well. Mona says she has a master. And with Imaginarium Theater, the new game mode being connected to the Hexen Circle, would I be surprised if, like, let's say there's a third one? Like, that third one might be also Hexen Circle connected too, because they kind of have that ability. That is true. Actually, you're right. Skirk does say that too. And their master is Sertologi. Oh my god, yeah. Wait, I didn't even take that in about, like, Skirk's master being Sertologi, who we now know is one of the 5 sinners. I didn't even, like, clock that. Weird.
Depends
Maybe it is
on
a
who
sinner?
you ask, I suppose. If the name of the organization no longer commands respect, investigative work is bound to suffer.
Well, Albedo's master's Rhydodier, which is a sinner. Or not, oh, well, a sinner and a witch.
Speaking of investigations, which problem should we tackle first? Monsters or evil sorcerers?
Okay, but like, most of the masters end up being playable characters, so I wonder if Clorinde's master will be a playable character.
I vote monsters. That's the main duty of the hunters, right? We can come back to the sorcerer later.
Well said, Miss Farina. Plus, if the sorcerers really are the masterminds behind this whole thing, defeating the monsters could give us some clues on their intentions as well.
What about you, partner? What do you think?
I vote monsters.
All right. After
25.2? Never know, they might give us a cute little Fontaine character randomly. Maybe, guys, that person they mentioned is the girls from the jail with the braids. That's the master.
Let's take a look around, like that guy said.
You know, maybe she didn't get deleted.
you there, outsiders, halt!
Another voice?
Who's there?
An armored man approaches you. He has a tall, muscular build
Where's
and a
the muscles?
determined expression in his eyes. Just one look, and you can tell he's fought in his fair share of battles. Although he's trying his best to conceal his current state, his uneven gait and the sweat dripping down his forehead make it obvious that he's been wounded and is in serious pain. I'm the captain of the guard.
Well, we're
I
not
saw
a
you
doctor,
sneaking around the
so-
city earlier, so I'll only ask this once. State your purpose, or it's off to the dungeons for the lot of you.
Wow, it's been a while since someone's been this suspicious of us.
I said talk, not whisper between yourselves.
Have you ever heard of the Marchese Hunters?
Marachose
Flex.
hunters? Ha! That fairy tale, you mean? What, you expect me to believe you're one of them?
Oh! Ooh, do I insight check him? I feel like persuasion is good in this moment, though. Navia, don't fuck this up.
Sir, we were indeed in the city earlier, but our purpose was only to gather information on the monsters. We're here to help the city and all the people within it. Your guards are still fighting the monsters as we speak. They could be seriously wounded and in grave need of support. You need all
What
the
I
help
found
you
on
can
the
get.
floor? Damn, that's a high roll.
The man regards you with doubt and concern. After a period of inner struggle, he lets out a long sigh and informs you of the locations where those monsters aren't easy to deal with. But if you insist on going, I
Oh
won't
yeah, it
stop
is a
you
British
either.
accent.
I just hope all the guards will be able to come back to their families alive. I wish you the best of luck.
At this point, Clorinde can voice the whole game.
Based on what the captain said, the monster should be right up ahead. Let's go. Hopefully we're not too late.
It's gonna go to turn-based combat.
As you approach the battlefield, you see numerous people lying by the side of the road. They appear to be dressed like guards. Their faces are filled with desperation and terror. Some are
Oh, I
screaming
haven't seen Aether's
and
outfit.
cursing in vain, as if still trying to banish the monstrosities they saw from their minds.
Oh, they're so cute. Oh my god, Aethers are even cuter, I can't lie. This little, like, button up as the doctor. There's no way that this is just a story quest. I've literally never seen them put in this much effort.
A few of the wounded look up at you in shock and disbelief. Quick, leave this place. Turn around and don't look back, they yell.
No. This is so cool. This reminds me of Star Rail, because like Star Rail's like very like railroaded, like the routes. Oh.
This
Giving
is the place
Notland?
he mentioned, right?
You see broken iron swords scattered all around you, and downed trees riddled with terrifying claw marks. All the signs point to one thing. A truly devastating battle just took place here.
Iron swords?
Be on your guard, everyone. The monsters might still
Is
be
it
around.
like Yun Lin or something related to something
Before
with
you
iron
can
swords
finish your
and
sentence,
Star Rail?
you hear rustling sounds from the surrounding bushes.
Ooh!
The monsters have emerged. They close in on you without fear. You get the impression that, in their bloodthirsty eyes, you're just another meal for them to devour.
A little help here! This thing wants to eat Paimon!
Your battle round...
Oh my god, you even do combat as turn-based. Oh! I missed. I missed!
Propagate! Strike a pose!
What kind of team?
Attack!
A round of applause! The next battle round begins now.
And voila!
Do you guys see, chat? They didn't even give us Hydro Trailblazer because even Podio knows it's shit.
Oh, watch out! Hiya!
Did I get a healer?
Scatter!
The monsters let
Did I
out
say
a
Trailblazer?
terrifying roar
Sorry.
of anger and resentment before dissipating
Hydro Traveler.
into thin air.
They're all the same thing, we know.
Thank goodness it's over.
We're lucky the Marashose Hunter class came with all those preset skill points.
Oh, so he is a
Otherwise,
hunter.
We would have been in some real trouble.
I never knew the photometer even determines the amount of damage you inflict. If you get unlucky, isn't it just game over right then and there?
That's part of the fun. The uncertainty of fate is what gives these games their appeal.
Just as you begin to celebrate your victory, a suspicious lump on the ground catches your attention.
A suspicious lump. Wait, could it be the thing that appears after every battle?
Loot?
I walk up to it, crouch down,
Oh my god, is it loot?
and begin to carefully examine it. I've still got my right glove on, so it should be fine for me to touch it, right?
As you investigate the mound, you discover that the exposed portion appears to be made of wood. It was previously obscured by the large form of the
Is
monsters.
it a chest?
With the monsters gone, the small protrusion now awaits your discovery, poking out of the
Dansley, thank you
ground
for the
like a
follow.
shy flower bud.
Whoa, it's a treasure chest!
Bro, this is crazy. It's literally a game mode. It's literally game mode. I'm gonna keep saying that. There's no way it isn't. With all this whole screen, like showing all the stuff, like there's no way
With
it's not.
everyone's help, you successfully excavate the wooden chest from the ground.
They even have like their own
Even
little
without opening it,
badges. Like they have
You can
so
tell from
much
the
like
mora and jewels scattered around
stuff
the
for
chest
this.
that it must contain quite the fortune.
Makes sense. We worked hard for this. Let's open it and we can share what's inside.
I can understand your excitement, Paimon, but think about it. Doesn't
I
it
wonder
seem
if in
there
like
are
the
people out there who
4.8
need
or
this treasure more
5.0
than
live
us?
stream,
Yeah.
they'll announce it like they did with the
Think about
TCG,
all
where
the
they're like,
people
"Oh, it's
suffering in
coming,"
the
but like
capital.
in a couple
Or all those
patches.
guards who got hurt fighting the monsters. Wouldn't it be better if we gave the treasure to them?
Wait, is that how it works? Paimon thought since we were the ones to dig it up, we could just take it
What
for
if 4.8's
ourselves.
D&D themed with the
Well,
skins?
let's put it this way. Any
Probably
decision
not
you
mine.
make during a role-playing game can impact the future course of the story.
But would the people really believe us? It's hard enough for us to prove we're Marshose hunters. What if they think we procured the treasure illegally?
It's definitely a game
They
mode.
might get even
Mods, can I get a
more
poll?
suspicious
I want
of
to see how many
us.
people believe that this is
That's
a future game
definitely
mode or
something
not.
we should
Like, let's do a
consider.
poll, yes or no, if you
Maybe
think
we
this is
can
actually
come up
going
with
to
an
be
explanation in advance.
something that they expand
Well,
upon in the
if
future.
donating it could cause that much trouble, why don't we use it to buy some gear and fill up on good food? Then we'll be ready to fight even more bad guys.
Looks like you're facing a difficult choice once again. Well, it's
Always
getting
food.
late. Why don't we call it a day for now?
Wow, where did the time go?
For real.
I'm not sure if it's because I'm having so much fun with you all or because the story is particularly enticing, but I feel like I could almost keep going.
Here, here. Ooh, how about we play through the night?
Help!
I'm not sure I'll have enough energy for that.
Yeah, that won't work for me either. Lynette will give me an earful if I get home too late.
I understand how you feel, Navia, but we have to change venues for the next part of the story anyway.
Huh?
Oh.
Another location?
Mm-hmm. There's a special note for the GM at the end of this section that says to proceed to an indoor set for the next part of the script.
Whoa, they really pulled out all the stops for this new script.
Well, even if we end the game for the day, we can still stay a little longer and hear Clorinde finish her story, right? Paimon wants to hear more about the history of the hunters.
Something tells me you just want to finish the free desserts before we break for the day.
Ooh, clocked.
That's just a coincidence, okay?
Call her out.
Besides, to Paimon not
Damn, that
finishing
food does
free
look good.
feels even worse than having to buy her own.
You think it's an event, not an
Anyway,
endgame
Paimon
mode?
really does want to hear more about
Well, it doesn't have to be an
Clorinde's
endgame mode. It could be something like the
Well-
TCG where it's a side mode, too.
It's nothing. I appreciate the concern, but it's all in the past. It won't do any harm to share these things now.
What's happening?
My earliest memories are of living with Master. According to her, she saved me from certain people of ill repute.
Oh?
My birth parents had left me behind some time before that.
Zero parents, of course.
What a heavy beginning for a life story.
Master was a fascinating individual. If inexperienced in the ways of raising children. My first
Oh?
ever toy was a short sword. Although I suppose it wasn't so much a toy as something Master removed from her waist and handed to a noisy child in need of distraction.
Oh, the master she's talking about is 100% playable. 100%.
Oh wait, so she handed an actual sword to a child?
So it's a sword user.
Isn't that dangerous? Did you hurt yourself?
Of course I did. I cut my palm and bled quite a lot. But Master was not concerned. She just stood there and casually lectured me about it. See, that's what you get for not
CPS.
holding the sword properly, she told me. She then crouched down next to me and said, "Give me your hand. I'll teach you to bandage this wound. After that, it's time to learn how to truly hold a blade."
Excuse me for asking this, Clorinde, but
How old are you?
Probably around,
3?
give or take.
3? Isn't that when most kids are still struggling to hold a fork?
And Clorinde ate off a knife.
As I said, Master was rather inexperienced in the ways of raising children. She believed trial and error was the best way to teach a child
I don't know.
what they're
I get
capable of.
Hex and Zirkle Witch. I'm sorry, I get Witch from this. This is so witch-coded, like Alice and all of them having like crazy people, like as kids, like Ryan Doty are raising Albedo, but them not actually being their
I'm
kid.
not so sure this is a question of experience.
I didn't see anything wrong with her ways at the time.
Witch!
Anyway, children don't get to choose how they're raised. Oh, she did bring me back a pet from Liyue once. It was a Geovishap hatchling.
She visited Liyue. Zhang Liminoser, maybe?
A Geovishap hatchling? For a pet?
And it's a Vishop and dragon. I see you, Hoyo. It's giving Notlin. It's giving a Notlin character. It's giving them setting up for a Notlin character, honestly.
What she said was this: make sure to get along, you two. If you really can't agree on something, just settle it with a fight.
Oh!
Whoever loses is the real pet.
And how old were you when this happened?
5.
Maybe she's a Geo witch? I don't know who it could be. It's not Rhydodier. I don't know. It might be one of them that we don't know because there's 2
Well-
unnamed.
Did you win?
No, I lost.
Oh!
So you're saying you actually became the Geo Bishop's pet?
Every time a strange lady appears, witch!
Yes, but only for a week. By the end of that week, I defeated it in combat, and we've shared a cordial relationship ever since.
Wow, what a wonderful story, Clorinde.
That really doesn't sound like the kind of childhood someone should have.
Later on, I gradually understood that Master most likely didn't know any other way to raise a child. She was a Marachose hunter, but I never heard her bring up her own parents.
Witch from Remeria? I'm eating it up. I'm eating it up.
Thanks to her, I learned how to navigate the forest by the age of 6, and could hunt monsters in the wild by myself the year after that. Even though the training she subjected me to was strict, she always made sure to take me traveling when she had the time. We met many of her friends during those days.
Oh my god, tell us who
That
they
was
are.
also how I met Mr. Callis and his family.
I still remember the first time we met. You
Oh?
were too scared to join our picnic and hid behind Ms. Petronia the whole time.
Oh, so Navia knows them.
I still hadn't really met many children my age at
Navia's
that time.
seen them then.
After that, though, you started coming over a lot. You loved challenging people to shooting competitions, remember? I don't
Please?
think many members of the Spina ever beat you in one of those.
I had a lot of fun during those days.
Oh, they grew up together. I'm like literally
I
dying
enjoyed
inside.
them too. Oh, do you remember that one time we went exploring around the Spina together? We overheard Papa call your master Fontaine's Protector of Justice.
Tea?
We tried to pretend like we never heard anything, but you nearly let it slip that one time.
Protector of Justice. Oh, wait, you mean that vigilante hero from 20 years ago? The one who is always active at night?
Oh wait, so Farina knows them too?
Yep, that would be her. She often would put on a black cloak and go out at night. I never knew where she went or what she was doing.
Oh my god, this is so
Until,
interesting.
like Navia said, we overheard the truth from Mr. Callis that night.
20 years ago, huh? I still remember the guards leaving all kinds of witness reports. Oh, there's no need to apologize.
Fontaine
You
Delude?
had nothing to do with it. And anyway, everything she did was for a good cause.
So
Although,
Farina knows
calling
them.
herself the protector of order was a bit much. Especially when she deliberately operated outside the law.
No, this has to be this has to be an important character for so many of them. Like for them to like be already putting like so many connections. 20 years ago, they were operating, doing something important in Fontaine. Like this is definitely laying the groundwork to like something.
Huh? When did the Protector of Justice become the Protector of Order?
Wait, of order?
Oh, she had a bunch of code names. I heard she would just come up with a name on the spot whenever she was asked. Later on, she probably got sick of answering those questions and decided to stick to just 2. The Protector of Justice and the Protector of Order.
That sounds like her, all right.
Okay.
I bet she forgot which of the 2 she'd used by the time she got back each night.
Well, she certainly sounds like a fascinating individual.
That's
With her
interesting though
strong
that she
sense
went
of
by
justice,
order
it's
as
no
well.
surprise her
And
student
then
followed in her
we know that
footsteps.
she's a connection to Leeway because she went to she got the Geo Vish Hop, and like obviously Zhongli is directly connected to the idea of order as well. Huh.
It's true. I always wanted to become like her. Someone powerful, independent, and with a strong sense of conviction.
It's gotta be a witch.
But
She suddenly disappeared the night I turned 10 years old.
Oh.
Disappeared? What happened?
I have no idea. She didn't even leave a note. I was never able to find out where she went. That night, I was celebrating my birthday at Navia's house.
Oh.
But Master never came to pick me up. When I returned home on my own, it was to an empty house. When she still didn't appear after a few days,
I wonder what
I
happened.
went to Mr. Callus's house to ask about her whereabouts. But he only shook his head.
Papa probably didn't know either. I know he sent a few people to investigate the matter in secret, but they never found any credible leads.
Don't worry, I understand. To be perfectly honest, given Master's personality and way of doing things, just like how...
Oh,
when
she's
a lot of
100%
kittens
gonna
reaches
come
a
and
certain age,
resurface.
the mother willingly leaves them behind.
Or
I was at first,
This character's so
but
interesting.
not anymore. I don't believe Master would suddenly disappear for no
There
reason.
has to be something she had done.
There must have been something she just had to do.
This is really, they really don't like, kind of like build up people like this, especially in story quests. So this is
despite
definitely different.
everything, you still managed to follow in her footsteps and become the greatest champion duelist in all of Fontaine. You're practically a living symbol of law and justice.
The protector of justice.
I
to
suspect
say.
my position would be far too by the books for her. Master always did whatever she pleased. But you're right. I suppose I do take after her in some ways.
It's interesting that they quote the by the books, and all the like Hexen Circle girlies are all related to books too.
who knew Clorinde had such an interesting past? I never had the chance to ask her about it before. And I wonder...
No, it has to be a
Clorinde's
witch
master
because
were the
think
champion
about
duelists back then.
all the witches.
Would that duel
And
against
think about
Mr.
what's common
Callus have
between
gone
them
differently?
and their people that they're underneath. Klee was left alone. Albedo was left alone. Mona was left alone. And now Clorinde is left alone. And they're all, like, at least everyone before that I just said is all directly connected to the witches. So maybe, like, whatever's going on, like, in terms of, like, the Hexen Circle is all interconnected.
Oh no. Judging by the atmosphere, Clorinde and Navia are probably thinking something similar.
They're probably all working
The
together to
mood
do
just got
something.
super awkward all of a sudden.
Well, anyway. Would you look at the time? It's getting dark, so we should
Maybe in
probably call it a day
4.8 we'll
for
get
real
the other
this
two
time.
witches
If we
finally.
keep talking like this, we really
I hope
will
so.
be here all night.
I had a great time today, Miss Clorinde. Thank you for being our GM.
Anytime.
The script was good, but I've got to say, your childhood stories were even better. Hey, you should tell us more about that fight against the Geo-Bishop sometime. Maybe your master was onto something.
They keep referencing it.
You could be right.
What does she mean, onto something? I certainly don't know any 5-year-olds who want to fight a bishop in their spare time. Guess I'll head back as well. I need to save my energy if I want to continue enjoying the story tomorrow.
You're that excited to hear about my fight with the bishop?
I was talking about the script.
Dang. Chat, should I take a break here instead? It's already 10:44.
Looks like
We're back
everyone's
with this
here.
again.
Now, before we begin, why don't we finish where we left off yesterday? There was an important decision to be made, yes? Pour
I'm
everyone a
streaming
cup of tea.
2.3 story the day after release. So shortly after. Glamoth field trip?
Is that really
Just a
the most
meteorite
important part, though,
meteorite
Clorinde?
belt now.
Paimon's more concerned about our current surroundings. Heavy walls, cold railings, dim lights. This is obviously supposed to be a prison.
I mean, we did spend all of 4.2 in a prison, so we would know. I have no idea if I'm doing a subathon for ZZZ. Honestly, probably not. I'm gonna be real.
Still, it's obvious the scriptwriter has never paid a visit to the fortress of Meripede.
So this set is going to be a part of the script?
Unfortunately, that is something I can neither confirm nor deny.
Anyone think Clorinde's smile is starting to look kinda scary?
She's got a plan. She's got a plan.
Things we'll just have to push on. But first, we should really figure out what to do with this treasure.
When the DM chat
worried
is
about
smiling,
arousing
that's when
suspicion
you know
because of
you're
our
fucked in
identity,
D&D.
Why don't we
They
give
already
ourselves
laid a
different
trap.
name, just like Clorande's master did.
Yeah, it might be better to keep a low profile. As long as we're helping people, it doesn't matter who we are or what we're called.
Did they ever say that Clorande's
Sorry, anyone
master
get you
played this
anywhere?
with her?
Or did you
No,
want
this
some
I
more
think this
tea?
came later. Because she was only 10 when her master left.
Good. Hey, why aren't you saying anything, Navia? Wait, what's that next to you?
Oh, this is the short sword Clorinde mentioned last night.
Oh!
Found it.
Girl, you're bringing a knife to a D&D game?
Surprised you managed to track it down after all this time.
Well, I made sure to take good care of it, considering the circumstances in which you gave it to me.
Oh, wait, is that from when she was a
Of course you have to
kid?
keep it safe. Anyway, where were
Oh,
right.
she
I was
kept
just
it.
thinking about all the potential ways for us to break out of prison. We could dig a tunnel, or try to bribe the guards.
Wait, we haven't been thrown into prison yet, have we?
The metagaming is
It's only a matter
crazy.
of time. It pays to be prepared. Just like how you should always have an umbrella on hand, even when it's sunny.
Navia, don't lie. That's a fucking gun.
Let's just give the treasure away.
Navia basically said you should always have a gun in your purse, because that isn't an umbrella, babes. Navia said you should always have a gun in your purse because you never know who's going to show up. You know what? We stand a girly from the south.
But if it's going to land us in prison somehow, Paimon will be too upset to enjoy her snacks.
So, you reached an agreement? All right then, we can continue with the story.
Didn't Farina die in the earlier quest? How is she here? Oh, that's a ghost. Yeah. We did like a little seance and we got a Ouija board and we were able to bring her back just for this quest.
Oh, and we'll collect all the scattered pieces of treasure on the ground as well.
All right. You collect the treasure and make your way back to the capital.
Oh yeah, we
with
got
your
the
bag of loot
treasure.
in hand.
I love this screen. I need this to be a game mode. It is a game mode. They have cards. They literally, this is like TCG all over again. It's literally going to be a
The city
thing.
is still shrouded in a gloomy, oppressive atmosphere. But your
Ooh,
spirits are
the
surprisingly
vibe.
high. In places where sunlight struggles to reach, you generously share your wealth with the children, the elderly, and the poor.
Let me
in
cook.
urgent
Let me
need of
cook.
help.
Let me cook right now. There have been rumors that Genshin is working on a version of like a team fight tactics for Genshin. What if that is involved with this directly and instead of like typical combat, because I feel like that wouldn't make sense for this either, but they obviously don't want to do turn-based because like why would you do turn-based when you have Star Rail? Like you're kind of making a competitor in your own game. Maybe the way they'll do combat in this mode is through the team fight tactic style of combat with like the like auto battle mode. Cause that's almost turn-based and it's more strategy than action, which goes with that D&D feel. Plus, in Teamfight Tactics chat, they have different classes. So you have like sorcerers, blah, blah, blah. And that will kind of align with what they're trying to do in this game mode. I feel like that could work. That rumor's gonna end up in the same pile as the Animal Crossing game. We literally just got more leaks for that. Like 2 days ago. So, yeah.
Thank you, kind soul.
Yeah, we got gameplay of it. It's in early testing though, you can tell.
The elderly woman's look of gratitude follows you as you walk away, her eyes never leaving your back until you move entirely out of sight. However, there's still quite a bit of Mora remaining. It appears you haven't made much progress.
She's probably trying to tell us to speed this up.
Yep.
We need to hurry up so we can address the sorcerer problem.
Should we go find that man again at the square? He seemed like a pretty responsible guy. I'm sure he knows the people here far better than us.
Oh, good idea.
Just as you start to make way to the square, intent on finding the man again.
Auto
there's a
chess,
voice.
yes. Thank you, Kira. Oh? Oh, Clorinde is making a check. Oh, not the whole squad pulling up. Oh, we
Please
are getting
wait,
arrested.
distinguished guests.
Oh, we're definitely getting arrested.
Several strange guards suddenly call out to you. They run forward to meet you and proceed to politely pay their respects.
Greetings, gentlemen. Are we being invited for afternoon tea?
Surely you jest, my lady. That would not be our place. It is His Excellency the King who requests to meet with you. Please come with us.
That's his voice? Nah, witch! That's a witch! Ain't no way that's his voice. Different options do lead to different things happening.
Well, we have to investigate the court at some point, right?
I know it's
Meeting the
Clorinde,
king
but
himself would
that
be a
voice is so
fantastic
witchy.
opportunity to do that.
I say we go for it. If something happens, we'll just turn the whole place upside down.
That sounds a little intense.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
After a quick discussion, you nod to the guards and agree to follow. They lead you all the way to the audience hall of the palace. Gilded tables line both sides of the hall. The space itself is adorned with all manner of expensive antiques, glass shelves, and silver candlesticks.
Ooh.
The items appear quite ordinary in size and dimension, yet their presence somehow makes the emptiness of the hall feel even more surreal and ominous.
Wow, it's so luxurious.
The elderly king, clad in a magnificent robe, sits upon the deep crimson throne before you.
Crimson throne?
He wears above his head a majestic crown, with a gemstone the size of a bird's egg set right at the very front. As you observe it, you see a complex pattern of light reflect off its surface.
Hold on. Crimson throne? And the bird egg gemstone? Like it's giving dragon?
They're here, your majesty. A man dressed in dark clothes, likely a minister, shields his mouth with his hands and bends down to whisper a few words to the king. After a moment, he lowers
Is this supposed
his
to be
hands
Rappiera?
and stands back up. His gaze shifts to fixate on your group. But
It's
he
a
does
very
not move from
specific
his place
color,
at the king's
Rob.
side.
You ain't gonna say the word crimson when we just got Arlecchino a patch ago and act like nothing's happening.
The king does not appear entirely aware of his surroundings. The man by his side, though.
Like they could have said
keep
red.
a close eye on him.
They could have said copper.
The king remains still and says nothing. The minister is the one who speaks. Esteemed guests, allow me to thank you for coming to our faraway kingdom. Unfortunately, His
Because the
Majesty
Marchusi
King
hunters
finds
happened
himself
during the
quite
Rappiera line.
exhausted from work. So please allow me, his prime minister, to welcome you in his stead.
Minister sounds a lot like a witch to me. I say we set them all on fire, personally. I did react to the Firefly video.
I've heard tell that your group, the Marachose Hunters, used your
Marachose.
exceptional ability with the
I always say
sword to repel
Chusey.
the monsters near the capital. Such a great deed deserves to be
I like how they
rewarded.
all have tea while they're
However,
playing.
seeing that I was not fortunate enough to observe such a feat with my own eyes, you'll forgive me for seeking to verify the truth by speaking to you
A
myself.
witch epidemic? Probably.
Well, we've got nothing to hide. You brought us here to talk, right? So we'll
Yeah, it
just
is going to be on the
explain what happened.
React channel next, so. Oh, we're so ending up in
Golem's
jail.
blades were so powerful, they could cut down trees in a single swipe. It took a lot of effort to defeat them, even for trained swordsmen like us.
Never saw her pick up a weapon once in my
Well,
life.
That was enough details, right? Believe us now?
So I'm just looking at this Paimon design. It's very interesting. You know what's the most interesting part of it, though, is like that Triquetra is present on her again as well. But now that I'm looking at it, what is the crown? Like, what is the crown supposed to mean on Paimon? Because it looks like a bow and arrow, but it also... Do you know what it also looks like, chat? Like the hand of a clock of time. Now that I'm looking at it closer, doesn't it look like the minute hand? Or the hour hand of the time clock? in the middle. And then it kind of looks like a bow, which is giving me like venti vibes too a bit. That's the clock on the store. Stop, we're not going back to that clock.
Your account does indeed match those of the survivors.
I never want to see that clock again.
Since you were the
Why
ones
are
who
his
defeated the
eyebrows blue?
monsters, that must mean you are also in possession of the treasure they stole?
Well, we did take the treasure.
Paimon, stop. You're yapping too
How
much.
did you know about the treasure?
Ah, then I must ask that you return it at once. It belongs to the kingdom.
What is it, though? Why is it so important?
Wait, but didn't you just say that our great deed deserved a reward? Shouldn't the treasure be considered a part of that?
Check Genshin Impact Reddit. Juicy news. Okay. Like, recently? Or 24 hours ago? I wonder how much inspiration Genshin pulled from Neil Gaiman's work? Kira, you're going to need to be more specific. Who's Neil, and what is their work?
Yes, that was indeed what I said. But you seem to have forgotten a very
He made
important
Coraline?
distinction.
Like the girl with the button eyes?
Only that which is freely given by the king can be considered a reward. Taking the rightful wealth of a kingdom without said permission, on the other hand, is a crime.
Why, are there like references in this to
But
that?
that's completely unreasonable.
Yeah, that makes no sense. If it weren't for us, the treasure would still be buried underground somewhere.
Maybe so, yet the fact remains. You tried to dispose of the
They
treasure
rolled
without reporting
R's.
to the court and without receiving permission.
Oh, the blue hair?
Yes?
Um,
What? No answer? Surely you're not insinuating that you, a group of legendary Marachose hunters, sought to take the treasure for yourselves?
well, what about the king? Is he just gonna let this guy talk for him the whole time?
Yeah, why doesn't the king
Clad
talk?
in his magnificent robe, the king remains seated, with his
It's giving
hands
weird.
resting on either side of the
It's
throne.
giving vibe weird.
His posture is rigid and unmoving. He stares forward with an empty look in his eyes, completely
God.
unmoved by the events
He's dead.
before him.
He's being puppeted.
From the look of things, could the Prime Minister be
Witch!
an evil sorcerer?
Farina thinks they're a witch too.
Could both the king and the Prime Minister have fallen under the evil sorcerer's control?
Get the gas lighter fluid. We're burning them.
I would like to observe the number of guards stationed in the hall.
The guards in the palace appear fully armed, their expressions solemn. Sensing the tense atmosphere in the room, they stand at the ready, each with a hand placed upon the hilt of their sword, as if prepared to draw their weapons and surround you at a moment's notice.
Well, there goes my plan to turn the whole place upside down, I guess.
Navia, just ult them. Just ult
It
them.
appears we've been visited by nothing more than a group of ill-intentioned imposters.
Oh!
Pity. Guards, take them away and throw them in the dungeons.
Oh, that's crazy. Farina, sing!
Before I decide your fate, however, I must
Sing,
first
please.
determine whether you have any accomplices outside the court.
Can't we try to slip away? Or maybe start some kind of riot?
But if we try to fight the guards right now...
Don't worry. At least we figured out who's behind all this. Let's just play it by ear. If you're scared, Paimon, just hold my hand.
Aw, thanks, you guys.
Help.
You allow yourself to be led away by guards surrounding
Not the
you
Prison
on both
Break
sides.
era.
It's only when you begin to feel drops of water falling from the dungeon ceiling and smell the stench of death and decay all around you.
Y'all look for
that you finally
spoons.
realize you've stepped
Look
into
for
a
spoons. We're gonna
completely
have to
different
dig our way
world.
out.
Stay here and don't try anything funny. The guards lock the cell door and leave without looking back.
Wait, sir!
Linny's like, I can't be in prison, please! This isn't a good look for me!
Your voice echoes
Twink's
through
just
the
losing
dark
it.
hall. But the only response you receive is the sound of water dripping from the ceiling.
No! What should we do now?
Carve out a new path of fate with our own two hands, of course. I draw my weapon.
You reach toward your waist, but find nothing there. You now recall that your weapons were confiscated before the guards locked you in the cell. The bag of treasure along with them.
There's two series I read. One focused on time, the main character wielding a minute hand with supernatural powers. Another series catered around the colors of the rainbow and the magic each color has, while the main character acquired all the colors through the series. Neil also co-wrote Good Omens, which featured Heaven in the antagonistic role like Celestia. Kira, send that in my DMs.
What about that knife I hid in my boot?
Oh, she hid a knife in her boot and told no one about it? Yeah, when'd you tell anyone?
When I was thinking about digging a tunnel.
Right.
Rejected. You failed to inform the GM of this course of action. Moreover, the guards would have conducted a thorough search before throwing you in prison.
Damn, rejected by your girlie.
And the keys to the cell aren't anywhere to be seen?
Correct. You don't even feel a lock hole on the cell door.
Oh, well, there goes all our plans.
Hell no, we can make our way out.
Huh? Why are you the one saying indeed?
Because that statement holds true for me as well. This is where the script ends.
Oh.
What? But that's a terrible ending!
Generally speaking, this should be the point where the scriptwriter gives the players some kind of hint, or gives the GM some kind of code for how to move forward.
I mean, maybe they just really wanted us to be immersed in the feeling of being in prison.
They just wanted the improv.
They'll only show us the way out once we've grown truly and utterly desperate.
That is a possibility.
If only there were desserts and tea in real prison.
Please.
Oh, wait, guess it's kind of how the Fortress of Meripede works if you're lucky.
Clock Risley on that. Just clock and Risley being like, well, you know, if you run the place, I guess you get a lot of tea, but when you're locked up, you don't get shit.
Oh, before I forget, Navia, the short sword you had with you earlier, I took a closer look, and the craftsmanship doesn't appear to resemble anything from this era. If I remember correctly, that style was last in vogue several hundred years ago.
Vogue?
Wait, Clorinde said that sword used to belong to her master, right? Does that mean her master has been alive that long?
I doubt it. The way she went about things often made her seem childish more than anything. I'd say the sword was most likely an heirloom passed down over time.
Right.
Hang on. A precious heirloom passed down to you by your master. And you gave it to me just like that? You weren't worried I might lose it?
Master left many things to me when she disappeared.
Oh, what else?
There was the sword, an old key.
A key?
And a good amount of junk she
Where's the
probably just
key?
didn't want to take with her.
Where's the key go to?
I gave you the sword back then because I didn't want our friendship to end.
Oh.
Wait, when did this happen exactly?
After the duel between Mr. Callis and myself.
Wait, Mr. Callis? Is that Navia's dad? Oh.
Before that, Clorinde would have meals with us and even stay over at the Spina some days. She was on great terms with Papa as well.
Damn.
After the duel, though, there was a period of time where we simply didn't know how to face each other. She entrusted this sword to me, and never came back.
What a complicated relationship.
We were both sad, and conflicted, and totally overthinking everything as a result. Whenever I looked at this sword, I couldn't help but wonder if Miss Petronia had never introduced us to each other at that picnic. Maybe part of the sadness I was feeling could have been avoided. Back then, it felt like I hadn't just lost a father, but a close friend as well.
Okay, I get why she cries all the time now.
No one can change the past. The most important thing is that
Well,
you two found your way back to each other and can enjoy things like this together.
Hold on. Well, you see, Lenny, you kind of can. You know, you can kind of Irminsul, and now we got that new Loom of Fate thing, and you can actually go back into the past and plant a seed and change the future, well, or change the present. So, actually, that is not correct.
Yep, you're right.
I'm sorry, you two. I didn't mean to bring up any sad memories.
Think nothing of it.
Welcome,
No one
Kenny.
here is at fault.
Oh? Okay, but who's dropping off the letters? Do we think it's their master? Do we think it's the master just secretly being like...
Oh, looks like the next part of our script is here.
Perfect timing. The situation was really starting to get desperate. And not just because of the prison thing.
Please!
From Clorinde's face, I really can't tell if it's good news or bad news.
Water continues to drip from the ceiling. In this lightless dungeon, you lack a reliable way to tell how much time has passed.
It's kind of like the chasm.
Eventually, you get used to the unpleasant odor of straw, mold, and rust.
Oh, yum.
And find yourselves alternating between fits of drowsiness and despair. Suddenly, you hear footsteps outside the door.
Someone grab his throat.
Heads up, everyone. Someone's coming.
Gather close, everyone, and keep your voice down.
Oh? I feel like Fischl would fit in with this perfectly, so we'll use her. Fischl! Every 5 minutes.
I work as a guard in these dungeons, but my true identity is the same as your own. I'm also a Marechaussee hunter.
I don't trust him.
Shh. I've already sent away the other guards, but if we make too much noise...
I understand, but how can we be sure we can trust you?
The king has issued a formal decree. In light of the irrefutable proof of your crime, you're to be executed before tomorrow's sunrise. If you want to escape, it has to be now.
Executed!
Executed?
Oh!
Barely did anything!
Monsters appearing at the same location as the treasure. Could this entire thing have been a trap?
There will be time for speculation once we're out of
Maybe.
here. As for my identity, I have no way to prove that to you just yet.
It's
Infiltrating the
Diluc.
capital was difficult, and finding a chance to speak with you has taken a lot out of me. I could go on.
Doesn't look like we have any other
Have you seen our
choice.
weapons anywhere, sir?
Don't worry, I brought them with me. They're
Ooh,
just
we
behind
got the
door.
weapons.
Still, these weapons alone won't be enough to defeat the true enemy behind the scenes. His faction is too powerful. The guards are all under his control, and he's even stationed a number of golems in various rooms throughout the palace. To defeat him, you must find a secret vault. It is said that within that vault, the Marechaussee hunters of the past left behind a treasure with the power to defeat the sorcerer.
Is this how we get into the Church
not
of
coming with us?
Mondstadt?
No, I'll remain in the dungeons to deal with the guards. I'll try my best to distract them so they don't go after you. As long as my identity is not revealed, I'll be able to aid you when the final battle comes.
In that case, please stay safe.
Thank you for your concern. I will do my utmost. As for the location of the vault, here, this map should lead you there.
Ooh, give me the map. Give me the map. I want to see. It's got to be Mondstadt Church, because that comes in the story. That is not the Mondstadt. Where the fuck is that? Where is that?
Got it.
Okay.
All right, once I open the door, remember to stick close and refrain from making any noise. I'll lead you out of here as quickly as possible.
Where
You
is that
now
on the
have
map?
the chance to restore the honor and legacy of the Marechaussee hunters. So please, get out there and reclaim what's ours.
Yeah, that looked like Fontaine,
And-
but like...
Be sure to exercise caution.
With the help of the guard, you successfully escape the dungeons. Your sense of despair and anxiety both seem to fade.
I mean, we got out pretty easily. We didn't even have to dig. We didn't even have to get spoons. I feel like that was a pretty easy prison break.
Wait, we didn't get to use our skills at all while we were in prison.
Yeah, I kind of wish they did let us use them.
Summon spell.
That is a pity, but we can only continue to move forward.
Oh. Sorry, chat. Thought that was the Heavenly Principles. My bad. My bad. My bad. Just a reflex. Ended up being dinner.
By royal decree.
Grilled chicken.
Solidify!
This one's got your name on it.
Next.
This one's got your name on it.
All right. Head to the secret vault. Oh, is this it?
This should be the place marked on the map.
This bit of rock certainly looks suspicious.
Well, I'd say an investigation's in order then. Plus, if all else fails, we can just blow it up.
Oh! We didn't hesitate.
You really meant that.
Before you lies a serene stretch of open
She did take her
water,
umbrella. She did
its
take
surface
it.
shimmering a brilliant shade of sapphire blue.
Well, guess this means it's time for a swim.
Oh, giving us this underwater exploration too? Oh, this is giving Z&Z. Okay, that one didn't work. An underwater cave-a-sea. Yo, the way Navia dived out of there in style. What's wrong?
Oh, what's the matter?
It's nothing.
Is this GM Clorinde or Clorinde?
As you step into the cave,
Oh, she's
you
sus.
find yourself in an eerily
She's
quiet
sus.
space. Before you lies a narrow passageway that appears to trail off endlessly into the distance.
Yeah, this is happening IRL, so this is really weird. Like, it's not a make-believe. Like, we're not in like the Mondstadt setting. We're actually in IRL, but still following this script. Go further in. That's what she said.
Wow, this must be where the treasure is hidden.
Oh my god, there's like a vault.
But this door is blocking our way in.
What the
It
hell?
almost looks like it's been here for quite some time.
What, in the
I've got to
Fallout?
hand it to the tabletop troupe. He really went all out with the props.
Corinne's like, I don't think this is a prop.
What have we got down here?
Yeah,
Kind
yeah, it
of
is like Clorinde's
mechanism
hat.
connected to the door?
A pattern on a stone door. That's something Master mentioned before.
What?
Is something wrong, Clorinde?
So this is connected?
After a long, difficult journey, you finally arrive at the location indicated by your map. It appears to be an ancient site of some sort, where treasure likely awaits. Your surroundings are exceedingly quiet and serene, as if the secret that slumbers here has never once been disturbed.
It's giving
If you
Hexenzer
listen
or
closely,
Conrian.
You can almost convince yourself
Clorinde's
you can hear
master.
the sound of its calm, gentle breathing.
That description makes Paimon feel kind of bad for disturbing this place.
We're doing this for the sake of the people, to free them from the evil sorcerer.
Lenny, we're
I say
IRL.
it's time for this treasure to once again see the light of day.
Lenny is locked
Lenny's
in.
right. We need to keep going. The future of the kingdom depends on it. The next part of the story requires us to solve the puzzle, right?
Yes, that should be fine. Something feels off about all this. Guess I'll just have to improvise.
It's okay, we got 2 guns and a bow and arrow between us all. Oh, I forgot how this works. How does this, okay. Girl, now what? How do I unlock them?
I found something.
Found something here too.
Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Hold on, chat. Activate the mechanism to solve the puzzle. Girl, how do I activate it? Oh. What kind of water sorcery is it? Navia, please don't drown! Oh, she's gonna die. Okay.
It worked!
Something just appeared. Some kind of new mechanism, maybe?
A
By
bag?
solving the puzzles, you prove yourselves worthy of inheriting the
Wait, is there a
secrets of the
keyhole
past.
on this thing? Is Clorinde's key gonna, like,
At
unlock
the
something
end of
in
each
here?
puzzle, you're rewarded with
With?
a key.
Oh!
Oh, it must be the
Interesting.
key to the big door.
Huh? This is one of the Marachose Hunter
I knew
keys
it!
that are passed down from generation to generation.
I knew it.
It looks just like the one Master passed down to me. It is said that 4 keys in total are required to form the final, complete key.
4 keys?
And it seems like we just collected 3 of them.
Like 4
That
shades?
must mean...
Huh? What's wrong?
I'm stopped.
You hear a few strange noises. Suddenly, all the torches in the ruin go out at once.
Huh? What's going on? Did we fall into another trap?
For the sake of immersion, please close your eyes, everyone. Without the torches, the space is now completely dark, and you cannot see anything.
Great. Okay, let's not actually close our eyes. Let's use our senses.
But Paimon can still see a little bit over here.
Oh my god, Paimon.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Suddenly, you hear the sound of footsteps pierce through the darkness.
There's someone else here? Oh, this is so unsettling. I
Help!
can't see anything.
I've been discovered then.
Who's that?
That voice, it's...
You recognize the voice as belonging to the guard who led you to this place. It appears he now covets the treasure for himself.
Is that
and
the
has
dude from the
come to
beginning?
stake his claim.
Oh, so this is just part of the script. Then I can probably relax. Well, if we can't see anything, that means we can't fight to the fullest of our abilities. Should we retreat for now?
Everybody's like, let's
Judging
run.
by the way he's holding his sword, he must be a real Marachose hunter. But this isn't part of the script.
Retreat? That's not the hunter way.
Is it
If
Lucas
it's dark
VA?
for us, then it's dark for him.
Your choice is noted. Please keep your eyes closed until I tell you the torches have been relit. This battle will be in the dark.
You
In the
got it.
dark?
Well then, let us begin.
Whoa, look at his eyes, chat. That's weird.
Ready.
Oh, we gotta play as Clorinde!
I'd like to try to hit him with my sword.
Your strike is successful.
Is he still standing? Goodness.
Oh, that was fast.
Is it over? Can we open our eyes now?
The enemy is strong and relentless, but the battle is nearing its end. The torches have not been relit.
What about now?
Final strike. Ha!
Ooh. Oh! Oh! Oh, he's dead.
Well, did we get him? Clorinde?
Warm fire flickers across the walls once more. Your vision is now clear. In an impressive display of courage, The four of you successfully defeat the uninvited guest. That look in his eyes. It's like he became an entirely different person as soon as I defeated him.
What's up with him? The eyes are weird.
Mr. Florian? Oh, wait. We're supposed to be role-playing.
Wait, so it is the dude from the beginning?
Speak your name, guard. Why did you lead us here just to betray us? Is this treasure really more important to you than bringing peace to the kingdom?
His hair's just down? Okay.
What kingdom? What peace? Those were nothing but lies. I, Florian, am a true Marachose hunter, descended from hunters of ages past.
So he's also using his real name. Or, wait, was that the name of his character from the very beginning?
Then
Frida's
I'm
so
even more
confused.
confused. If you truly are a Marachose hunter, shouldn't you want to help us just like you said before? Shouldn't we fight together for the sake of the people?
What do you know? In this day and age, there's no glory to be had as a Marachose hunter.
What's that supposed to mean?
My skills were passed down to me by my father. He lived a life of obscurity in the remote wilderness.
Random
Still,
NPC lore.
He devoted everything he had to being a Marachose hunter. And what did he get in return? A life of poverty and pain. In a world that forgot all about him. When he died, not a single person came to mourn his passing. The Marachose hunters were the ones who saved this city. We're heroes. We deserved more recognition and respect than this.
Is he talking about how no one in the capital seems to remember the hunters and their legacy? I didn't expect the script to contain this level of social criticism.
But people don't remember because technically if it happened in the age of Remeria, it's in the other Samsara timeline.
So that's why you want to take the treasure for yourself? You feel like you're owed fame and wealth?
If you already knew where the treasure was located, why didn't you just come down here and take it?
Because I still needed the final key.
Which Clorinde has.
Only a true Marachose hunter is capable of passing through this final door.
It happened after the fall of Remeria, but the Marachose hunters were there during Remeria, right?
As someone who sought to hurt others for his own gain, Florian lost that right long ago.
Okay, but what is this treasure anyway? We've got all the keys, right? So can we just go in and take a look?
You're sure you want to go in?
Yep. They hunted the monsters from Remeria's downfall.
We've been talking about it for so long. Of course we want to see what's inside.
Huh. Interesting.
And we've already defeated Florian, right? So he won't try to take it from us anymore.
Pesky brats.
Watch yourself.
Then let's open the door together.
All right. Your choice of action is
Clorinde was supposed
confirmed.
to fuck him up again. I want to know what's up with him then. Like, why does he feel like he's like different? Like he's off? Like, what is that? What is that coming from? That's a weird looking key, but okay.
The door to the treasure, sealed and undisturbed for more than 100 years, finally swings open. You hear the shrill wail of the door hinge as it rotates for the first time after years of disuse. Almost like a sleeping giant letting out an extended yawn.
They look like the game pieces on the board.
You get the impression that the secrets buried behind this door might be just as heavy as the sound you just heard.
Oh, give me the tea.
It's open! Come on, let's go in! Paimon wants to see what's inside!
Ooh, me too!
Oh my god, look at Frida's eyes! I can't.
Uncovering hidden treasure is the most exciting part of adventuring.
No, that's definitely not normal key.
A stone tablet? And some shabby weapons?
Wait, the way those are positioned are so weird. It reminds me of when we saw the desecrated like planet that Acheron was from with all the swords, and then now it's reminding me of also like Yunlin or Yunli, and the swords like in the ground.
You call this a treasure vault? Looks more like an abandoned warehouse.
Maybe the troop ran out of budget at the end?
They provided a super immersive experience at the beginning.
What do you mean
only to
budget?
Drop the ball at the most important part? They could have at least filled this place with cardboard Mora or something.
Damn, Paimon's pissed.
I get it now. Paimon, this is the real Marashose Hunter treasure.
The time we spent together? Don't say it.
This is it? The Marashose Hunter treasure is just a stone slab and some broken swords?
Oh.
I can't believe it.
Oh.
Whoa, are you okay?
What the fuck?
The Marashose Hunter before you appears to suffer a serious mental breakdown. He needs to leave the room for a moment to collect himself.
That was
One of
weird.
you seems to understand the significance of the treasure already. If the rest of you wish to follow suit, you may.
I don't
remain
think
here
he's
in the
just
meantime
committed to the
and
role,
explore your
babes.
surroundings.
That was hella weird. Okay, swords. What's that? Oh, bows. Give me those crystal flasks. Ugh. Ugh. This is an interesting room. A stone tablet stands there quietly. A few people's names and deeds are inscribed on it. What does Farina
The
say?
old and broken weapons.
The names on the tablet.
Walter.
Walter? Walter? Why is that name familiar?
What is the treasure supposed to be?
Talk to Clorinde? Walter White? Who's Walter White?
So, how are you doing? Feeling any better?
His
What
eyes
just happened?
changed. Look, his eye color changed.
Do you remember how you got here?
Oh, from Breaking Bad.
Or
I never
what
watched
happened
Breaking
to your
Bad.
body just now?
I remember now. I brought you here because I wanted to... The explosives in the cave!
You mean these?
Huh? How did you...
I could tell something was off the moment I stepped into this cave, so I kept an eye out. I've already dismantled the whole thing.
Oh my god, it was a trap.
So the strongest champion duelist in all of Fontaine saved the day once again. Guess
But
I
like,
shouldn't
what
be surprised.
possessed him?
It would seem your skills as a Marashose hunter are as sharp as ever.
I deserve some answers, don't you think? Tell me why you wanted to lure me here. Everything you said earlier sounded like the truth. Luckily, your monologue was dramatic enough to convince my friends you were just role-playing.
I don't know. I just always felt like there was something in my heart that didn't belong to me. Something agitated and angry.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe it was my own anger all along. I could never really tell.
It definitely
The feelings about
wasn't.
my father and the other Marashose hunters are real. It just wasn't fair. I was angry, bitter that no one remembered them or praised their accomplishments.
Clock, how they're showing us the story from Clorinde's perspective. They're following HSR.
I don't know when it started, but at some point, my anger came to completely consume me. At that point, I remembered the legend my father used to tell me. The one about the treasure.
Anger manifest. It's giving Honkai.
But if the treasure was all you cared about, why plant all those explosives? Wouldn't they just destroy the treasure and bury you along with it?
I can't remember. My head is a mess. It felt like there was this voice telling me to eliminate the hunters, but now it's gone.
This is so weird. It also reminds me of like Stellarons. Like, do you guys know like Cacolia and the voice of the Stellaron like persuading them to do things?
From your description, I suspect you were dealing with a Devorator.
Wait, what? A Devorator?
Devorator?
Oh, your master, your father, I mean, never talked about it? It was a kind of monster that was active several centuries ago.
What?
No, I've heard of it. I'm just not sure why you suddenly... Wait, it can't be. The seal!
The seal?
My family has served as Marashose hunters for many generations. But the
Are they
title
gonna
and
explain what this
swordsmanship
thing
weren't the only
is?
things passed down over our line. There was a seal as well. My father instructed me to always watch over that seal and maintain it regularly. He said it had been passed down over a truly ancient age, and protecting it was our clan's most important duty. But I neglected that duty after he died. I finally decided to come down and check on it one day, and that's where my memories become fuzzy.
The Devorator would be a formidable adversary for any mortal being, even ones as capable as the Hunters.
Devorator.
If you lacked the power to completely destroy it, you could easily fall prey to its influence and corruption. In light of this, some Marashose hunters chose to seal the Devorator away, in the hopes that a permanent solution would come with the passage of time.
I heard it has the power to
So
amplify
what
the
is it?
obsessions and desires in people's hearts, to the point where they overtake you entirely.
Oh my god.
It would seem I'm not just lacking in skill with a blade, but in mental fortitude as well.
And yet, you were able to retrieve 3 of the 4 keys.
Is this kind of
If
like,
I remember
isn't there something in
correctly,
D&D
Each
called the
was entrusted to a
Devourer?
respected and capable hunter. How did you manage it?
I'm reading about it. It's not the same thing. Huh.
One of them belonged to my father. The second I stole from a different hunter. And the third... was one that I snatched while the person was on the way home from the tavern. I nearly died in that alley. I know just how strong you are. It's as clear as day to everyone in Fontaine. I observed you from dusk to dawn, but could never find
Dusk
any
to
opportunity
dawn.
to sneak up on you. I never even saw you drink a single glass of liquor. The only way I could think to obtain that last key was to lure you here using your hobby, and then... Oh, I get it now. That monster, it wanted to bury you here alongside the treasure.
I
But what's the
won't
monster
comment on anything
protecting?
else. But the script was good.
Well, I did pour my heart and soul into it. The stories my father used to tell me about the glory of the heroic Marashose hunters and how they came to be forgotten.
It's more than just a story.
Huh?
You're proud to be a hunter. You're still holding onto that part of yourself, no matter how small.
I have done so many despicable things. I have
Oh.
nothing to be proud of.
I'll check that in a second, Maddie.
Then explain the purpose of the evil sorcerer in your story. Isn't he the true antagonist? The one who sought nothing but his own gain, and used the people as pawns to attain it? In your heart of hearts, he was the one you truly wanted to defeat.
Using people as pawns
But-
is like a
I've
reference
already
to like
tainted my
chess
sword.
theory in Genshin.
I no longer have any right to...
Wake up, Florian. Remember how you introduced yourself earlier. Do you really think the hunters acted out of a desire for honor and glory? Or to be loved and acknowledged by the people? What did your father teach you about our order? You do not wield your sword for yourself, but to protect those you serve. There's nothing special about a blade. It's the intentions of the wielder that matter above all else. Do you still not understand? Even after seeing the treasure for yourself? The contents of that room, they represent the true legacy the hunters left behind.
Which is what, honor?
You're right. I am a Marashose hunter.
I wouldn't be so quick to push aside the need for redemption.
I know. That's a charge I won't bother to defend myself against.
Good. Then, come with me. And help me see
I
the
thought we ended up
script
in the
through to
Mondstadt
end.
church.
See the script through to the end? But there's no more script left.
Never finished it, huh?
No, I mean, I wrote the script with the sole purpose of luring you all here.
There's no reason to write beyond this point.
There was no reason to write beyond this point.
Then we'll just have to keep writing it. The evil sorcerer still needs to be defeated.
So they're gonna go after that
the Devorator?
The Devorator thing?
Are you saying I have to make up the rest of the script as we go along?
Is that really so hard? You've already written most of it. Surely you can write an ending where the hunters win and justice prevails. I'll be there to help you too.
You aren't afraid your party will fall into danger?
I know what my friends are capable of, and they're all quite skilled. Besides,
let me finish my game, even though it's not really a game.
Are you going to tell them the truth about all this?
I don't intend to spoil the fun.
Oh?
Sometimes protecting dreams and fantasies is more important than exposing the truth. Don't you think?
Why do I feel like everyone's talking in weird metaphors? Like in Genshin lately, it feels like everyone is like kind of tiptoeing and like mentioning some weird plot lines that are going on in the background randomly. Like protecting the dreams instead of exposing the truth, which we think that could be like a reference to, you know, the fake sky and everything being a dream. And also Rappiera and like seeing beyond the veil and the truth of this world. Like, it feels like everyone keeps talking about it, but no one's actually doing anything. Witch behavior? For real.
They're back.
That took a while.
Ahem. My fellow Mara Shosei hunters, please
they're still
forgive
keeping
me,
this
for
up.
I have sinned.
Oh, he's a sinner.
Tone it down.
Sorry. After crossing swords with you and witnessing your courage in battle, I've rediscovered my true self and regained my pride as a Mara Shosei hunter.
They said role play.
Do I smell a redemption arc?
I confess, I was brainwashed by the evil sorcerer. He asked me to lure you here so he could bury you in this cave.
That little... Wait, you're saying all of that wasn't you, but the evil sorcerer?
That's right. He's adept at manipulating the hearts and minds of the people. I fell under his influence because I did not possess a strong enough sense of will.
Huh. And how are you going to prove that you're a changed man? We're not going to fall for the same trap twice.
To be perfectly honest, I only came to my senses after seeing the treasure. The treasure was actually...
The names of all the Mara Shosei hunters from ages past and their weapons?
Wait, you already know?
Navia and her metagaming.
Don't underestimate a veteran role player's exploration skills. Oh.
We just finished reading through the content of the stone tablet.
That tablet recorded the lives of some fascinating people. For example, this Mara Shosei hunter called Est. She inherited the responsibilities of the Golden Hunter and passed judgment on many people. But in private, she had a very easygoing personality. Her favorite pastime was singing and dancing with her friends, and she was said to have a beautiful voice.
So, she was just like you.
Huh.
Oh, you really think so?
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose I also have a few things in common with this Walter. Working as an executioner, he supposedly used a countless number of tricks to confound his enemies in battle.
You're the same as an executioner?
He pulled off back then.
Their lives were all so exciting. You could write so many cool books about their accomplishments. How could they have all been forgotten?
Because they chose to be. To hunt monsters that only appear in the shadows, you must also operate in the dark. To be a Mara Shosei hunter is to willingly give up on wealth and fame.
Then this stone tablet must have been left behind by their companions.
That's right.
Like a
Few Mara
memorial?
Shosei hunters ever revealed their identity to the public. They always protected the city from the shadows. The only time they spoke of their accomplishments would be at night, when they gathered with their fellow hunters in front of the bonfire to share stories of the monsters slain by their hand.
So, this tablet was created not...
No wonder this place was so well hidden.
You regard the stone tablet in solemn silence. The names of your comrades etched onto
Like,
its
there
surface
is some
serve
lore
as a
in this,
reminder
but it's
that
not
you
like
were never truly
crazy,
alone.
you know?
The tablet proves that
And I don't
Although
think it
Hunter
changes
walks a
our
shrouded
perspective
path,
really on anything, unfortunately.
It is not a solitary one. There will always be those who walk beside you. Their legacies shall continue to be passed down from generation to generation, as everlasting as the stone onto which their names are carved.
Father, you once told me that I should seek out the treasure if I ever became lost.
I did see the Firefly animated
So
short. It was
this
very
is
good.
what you wanted me to find.
I'd like to do an insight check. No, I
Thank
trust
you,
him.
my friend. You are very kind. I implore you, everyone, please give me a chance to make up for all I've done.
Defeat the evil
Allow me to fight
sorcerer
alongside you
and
defeat the evil sorcerer that
bring
threatens the
peace
people.
and prosperity.
I say we let you.
Sounds good to me too. Everyone makes mistakes.
I have no objections, but Mr.
When he took
Gained
over
some
my
insight
mind,
into
I
his
gained some
thoughts. Every
insight
time I
into
thought
his
of the
thoughts.
treasure, he reacted with a
Every
strong
time-
sense of fear. Why was he afraid of this,
Afraid
though?
of the treasure?
Why is he
But
afraid of the
there's
names?
nothing here except some broken weapons.
What if the secret's hidden inside these weapons? GM, permission to investigate.
Don't fuck this up, Navia. Okay, good. What do you mean inside the weapons? They're
At
swords.
first glance, the weapons appear absolutely ordinary.
Oh,
But
there's
as you
energy?
observe them, you notice a faint energy emanating from within. These blades have slain countless monsters. Though it's been a long time since they were used in battle, their edges remain sharp, as if they're simply waiting for the next worthy hunter to...
So basically, take these with us, right?
Navia always is one step ahead, like she's cheating.
I'll take this weapon, since it used to belong to Est. Maybe it'll find comfort in being held by someone who appreciates the arts.
Ah, good idea. I'll take Mr. Walter's bow then. From
Oh my
one
god,
archer
we're all
magician
rocking
to
3
another.
stars? F. Navia's like, I don't see a gun. What weapon does Paimon pick?
As you grip your weapons, you can almost feel the will of past hunters.
Is it a hint?
coursing through
Playable
your being.
Paimon?
It's a feeling of courage.
Mr. Florian, do you know where to find the evil sorcerer?
I was able to see his surroundings when our minds were connected. I believe he's currently hiding out at the church in the kingdom.
The basement? In the kingdom?
He must be
Wait, in his
extremely
house?
careful.
Wait, what?
He's spent so long living among monsters that he's now taken the form of one. He will not be easily defeated.
Then why don't we explore some more and try to find some higher level gear? We don't want to just fight him and lose, right?
Oh,
That's too much work.
no. We have to strike now.
It's
He was
me.
greatly
I was the
weakened when he
witch
managed to
all
break out of
along.
his
The
control.
man in the
If we let him
basement.
rest, he might have time to escape.
I agree with Mr. Florian. We've got to act while we have the advantage. Don't forget, the people of the capital are counting on us.
Yeah, now that we've got a plan, there's no point in waiting.
Yes, that's what's called...
Taking the initiative.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Alright, you've persuaded Paimon.
How?
Mr. Florian, please lead the way.
Of course.
He had to set up so many scenes today, and now he has to join in for this lap.
Finally, you decide to slay the evil sorcerer. As you walk away, you feel the gaze of the stone tablet at your back.
Okay. Damn, chat, this thing is still going? Pretty sure in the old Paimon art, they have a polearm. Oh yeah, I will check the tweet. Thank you, Maddie, for reminding me. A movie adaptation of Until Dawn is in the works. Oh. 8 Friends. Anne Hathaway. Oh. Ruben? Is that one dude? Bro, I'm kind of sick of his face and everything. Huh. I feel like not that dude? Oh, it's a different guy? Is it? I'm assuming it's this dude in the photo. Oh, wait, Ella Rubin. Oh, they were using the last name. I think that was what, the daughter? I feel like this movie that they're doing, like Until Dawn, I feel like is an easy video game to adapt. So I'm not surprised. Like it follows like classic horror style, you know? Where are we going? I thought we go to Mondstadt's church, bro. How long is this? Is that Ethan from Never Have I Ever? Oh, I never watched that. It's a long ass question. Here? Oh, there's that random thing there.
Finally, you arrive at the church Florian described.
That's the church?
As you approach, an ominous aura surrounds.
Oh, is it gonna kind of like
you get
go to the church of Mondstadt?
Close at hand.
How strange. This uneasy feeling seems so real.
Now, it is time for the final battle.
Let's go.
Oh, Linny's not hesitating. Ain't no one.
Florian, wait.
What's wrong?
What demons are in Florian's basement?
You should wait outside. You've already been corrupted by the Devorator once.
True.
It could easily re-enter your mind and take control of your body. I don't think it's a good idea for you to be this close. If it corrupts you again, it's possible you might take on a new form entirely.
Oh.
That's exactly why I have to go. Why I should be at the very front.
Why? That makes zero sense.
Yes. I intend to lure it into my body.
That's too
but then we'll
risky.
have to kill you.
If things get out of hand, I might have to kill you. Do you understand how dangerous this is?
I understand, but if I do this, you'll have a clear and visible target. The Devorator will have a hard time passing up a chance to enter a body it knows how to control. You won't have to worry about any of your friends being taken over. You're not like me, Miss Clorinde. You're a just and powerful Marechaussee hunter.
It's giving
Monster broke free
it's
due to
giving
my
sacrifice.
error. It's only right that I show. This is something that I have to do.
Damn, not
Consider
the
it
NPC
a duel
dying.
to restore my honor. My only request is that you give it your all.
I understand. Then,
Oh,
as a
he's
champion
definitely not
duelist,
living.
I hereby accept your request for a duel, and extend to you my most sincere regards.
Thank you.
The battle is now upon us. Let the Devorator once again tremble under the blade of the Marechaussee hunters.
I feel like the Devorators are like going to become like an enemy in the future of Genshin somewhere. Like we'll actually see their true form at some point. Ew, they're probably like really weird and ugly looking. They have like tentacles, I bet. Oh my god. Ooh, this is the cutscene. It penetrated him! Wait, why is it having the glitch? It kind of had like the Arlecchino glitch effect. Hold on.
So lifelike.
The way Crabaletta pulled up. Damn! Okay, Navia! Oh, that's a big-ass sword. The way Linny is giving Twisted Fate. Slade. Oh, shit.
There's nothing working.
This foe is not invincible. You hold the treasure, the power to defeat it, in your own two hands.
The treasure? You mean... The names! It's the Marechaussee hunters' names!
How are we supposed to...
Man,
You
she just got
forget,
clocked
Paimon?
right now.
There's still one skill we saved until the very end.
Oh, the summon
Hunters
skill!
fight not for fame, but to aid the people whenever they are summoned.
Walter
They're gonna
the
summon the
Marechaussee
March.
Hunter,
The March.
master of 1,000 tricks.
Ooh.
Executioner of the Phantom Hunters, I call for aid!
Oh my god.
Est, the Marchose Hunter, inheritor of Cassiodor's will,
Oh?
judge of the Shadow Hunters. Answer my call!
Oh my god. Wait, oh my god, they're literally...
Petronia, protector of justice and order. The hunter I respect the most.
Wait, is she
Thank you
becoming...
for saving my friend, the best one I'll
Are they
ever
gonna
know.
Are they gonna show what she looks like?
Please, lend us your strength.
Oh. The way they don't show us Petronia?
We have come to answer your summons.
Oh, they did that on purpose. Yeah, that's because she's still alive. She ate. She ate. She fucked him up and she
so,
ate.
The monsters were eradicated, and the sorcerer was defeated. Peace soon returned to the capital. Those in the court, manipulated by the sorcerer, also recognized the errors of their ways. Some remembered the names of the heroes who saved their kingdom, but others simply continued their lives none the wiser.
Oh my god, they're definitely going to make the Master of Clorinde playable.
Such is the story of the Marachose Hunters. They pursue the phantoms in the darkness and exterminate all who pose a threat. They will always protect the city and those within it, even should all memory of their accomplishments be forgotten by the very people they serve.
And they're probably a sword user as well.
I am assuming we've finally reached the end of the script.
Yes, you've reached one of the better endings.
It's
Oh,
a
the
pretty solid
reverse
story
ones.
overall.
Great.
I thought it was just an ordinary adventure at first, but the further we got into it, that final battle especially, all the effects were super realistic.
Oh, right. Yeah, totally.
Help, the delusion.
That's a really good point. I never expected the weapons we picked up from that vault would have that kind of effect.
Yeah, mine nearly scared the daylights out of me when it started glowing. I took a good look at it after we got out, but I don't think it ever lit up again. Oh, we should probably give these props back, right?
Frieda's so
There's
out of
one
it.
Here.
Did you have a good
She
time?
gaslit herself.
Of course. Let me know if another script like this comes around.
Oh, so they're definitely going to do
Sure,
this again.
No problem.
It's going to come. They literally said, let me know if this happens
Then
again.
I'll head back for now. I think I need some time to fully digest everything that just happened. Once
I love
Mr.
her.
Florian is awake, please pass on my regards to him. He must be
He's-
extremely exhausted to have passed out cold like that.
Farina. Who's going to tell her? Who's going to tell her? Oh, wait, he is breathing. Hold on. He's alive. I can see his chest moving. He's actually not dead.
You're right. He's had a lot to deal with.
Well, see you all some other time. Toodaloo!
Toodaloo. The fucking Toodaloo. I love her.
Okay, so, can I ask now?
The way she's like, okay, now that the delusional girlie's gone.
I think it should be fine, yeah.
What in the world was going on back there?
So you saw through all of
They
that?
all knew.
That time in the cave when you told us to close our eyes, it'd be weirder if we didn't notice anything.
I was dying of curiosity the entire time. I mean, you did a pretty bang-up job of pretending nothing had gone wrong. Farina actually looked like she thought all of it was planned.
No, they literally just all bought into Farina's delusion till she left. Like, that's crazy.
Guess none of us wanted to be the one to break the illusion.
They're all like,
Hey,
oh, sweet
What
little
are you
summer
talking
child.
about?
Oh, apparently Paimon and the Traveler were also just as delulu.
Oh, wait. Don't tell me you never... Ugh, this is all my fault. It's not too late to cover your ears. Here, partner, I'll do it for you.
Bit late for that, don't you think?
You're saying everything that happened back there wasn't actually part of the script?
It's
No.
probably more accurate to say this was never a real scripted story to begin with.
What?
So loud. My head.
Hey, you! Get up right now and explain yourself!
Oh?
No shaking, please!
Paimon just be absolutely angered.
Did Paimon just hear that right? You guys made up that whole last part on the spot?
It's called improv,
It's not nice to
Paimon.
lie to people, but Paimon's got to admit that was a really good story, Florian. Oh, and nice improvisation, Clorinde!
Yeah, it was like watching a magician improvise a spectacular magic trick after forgetting an important prop.
Remember when
Paimon knew
Linny
something was wrong with
forgot
that
an
box. She
important
would've
prop
floated
and then it
straight in the
fell
opposite
and killed
direction.
someone? Yeah, me too.
Everything was under control.
As if you've ever described a situation as being out of control. I'm pretty sure any situation you consider to be easy to handle would scare a reasonable person half to death.
Guess I'm just used to it.
You
Are they gonna
must run
kiss right
into a
now?
lot of unexpected situations then. That explains why you're so...
As for you, Florian,
I know there's no excuse for what I did. I'll turn myself into the guards at once.
Oh,
confess
straight
my
to jail.
crimes.
I would say you've already suffered more than enough.
What?
You may have been blinded by fame and fortune in the beginning, but your actions during the final battle had You'll be far more used to the city above ground than below.
But
Of course, you'll still need to take the keys and pay a personal visit to the 2 hunters you wronged. Prepare to accept any terms they give you as well.
yes, of course.
As far as I'm concerned, though,
Because they
your
stole the
showing in
key?
the duel was
It's
enough
not that
to
big of a
prove your
deal.
honor.
Then thank you so much, everyone. I'll do my best to prove myself worthy of the second until we meet again, everyone.
So we're gonna meet again. Every time they talk, they're like, this is happening. Don't worry. We'll see each other again. See you in the next one. Part 2?
Speaking
Yo,
of
part
Marashose
2, part
hunters,
20.
What should we do about the treasure in that cave?
Leave it be.
Are you sure? We could show it to people. Make it so that the hunters
Hold
are
on, check, give me
remembered.
1 second.
Don't you want that?
No. Every name on that tablet made the same choice. All hunters know what the path entails. I am no exception. My identity as a Marashose hunter is not something I need people to remember. I wish only to be recognized as a champion duelist. Nothing more.
That's certainly very
Following in the
different from the path of a
footsteps.
magician. Still,
Wait, Paimon just remembered something. If there were no special effects involved, why did our weapons begin to glow during the battle?
That's because the Marashose hunters of ages past would often imbue their weapons with special enchantments to suppress the monsters.
But how?
Whenever a monster was nearby, their weapons would start to glow.
Witch!
So
They were
that's
run-
why they had an effect on
They
that
were
guy
ran
near
by
the
a
end.
witch!
I really thought the summons were doing all the work.
Well, I'm sure the summons were a part of it too.
oh? How so?
This particular devorator probably hailed from the same era as the hunters we saw in the room. The names you recited all belonged to the bravest hunters. Countless monsters fell to their blades. That's
So the names held the power all along.
Kind of reminds me of like the Raiden fight.
Navia. Everything you said during your summon.
Huh? Oh,
Oh!
I meant what I said. I mean, it was true to my character, so yeah, I'm glad you heard it. Just don't make me repeat myself.
Oh.
It's embarrassing.
I really appreciated those words.
All right, all right. Don't get all sentimental on me.
Can they kiss?
Anyway, let's not talk about that anymore. I'm going to go on ahead. Don't fall too far behind now.
She ran off.
I should probably head back as well.
Bye,
This story
Linny!
was truly Goodbye.
Traveler. Should your name and deeds be forgotten, what do you think the significance of your journey will be?
Oh?
I suppose the significance would be the
Yes!
journey itself and the world
The main
we helped
line!
create. There's still value in the time I shared with everyone here, in the things we were able to accomplish, even if no one remembers them.
Do you know what it's giving?
I'll remember it.
Do you know what it's giving? It's giving a hint that our sibling, when they went through the whole time, did have that happen. Because if you think about it, they went through the same journey as us before, remember? But no one really remembers them. But yet they have apparently done this. Like, they were in Inazuma, they were in Fontaine. So maybe that's what happened, like, to our sibling. Only, like, very few people remember, like, the Aranara and stuff. But they're only remembered in, like, non-direct mentions, like a golden Nara. Welcome in, Junie.
Me?
I wonder if our
The
sibling got, like,
Marshal
Irminsold or
says
something.
nothing in response to that question. Perhaps her answer lies in her silence. An unspoken vow left to echo through the night. The path she walks needs no explanation.
Damn, Clorinde's story quest 8. Absolutely devoured. Oh, we get a book? Oh my god, we even get all the photos! That's so cool.